right, happy Tuesday, everybody. Let's get our heads right. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Head always feels a little better and a little more right after an off night. Have a night to, relax, settle in with the fam, and not have to, you're not put through the ringer, as it were, watching your favorite baseball team with only 12 games left to go. And I'm feeling great this morning. Great spirits in the Ben and Woods studio, as far as I know. Let's check in with the fellas. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, the executive producer. Paulie, how are you, buddy?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. And Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins as well. How are your vibes?
Head not that right this morning.
Head's not right today. I'm sorry.
That was to be expected.
I was thinking about you last night.
I was thinking about you too.
I watched a little bit of 10 News. It was right after the first NFL game last night.
Correct. We had the first game of the doubleheader, and then we had a special post-game edition of 10 News.
And then the next thing I know, I'm looking on my phone or something, and the next thing I know, I see a little sweeper of our handsome little meatball over there, Ben Higgins, and I started watching a little 10 News, and they never got to you as for the first 25 minutes, and then I moved on, but I go, I wonder if Ben's not even there. I hope he's like having dinner with his son or something.
So I was in the show, but it was actually recorded earlier so I could go back and have dinner with my son.
Good.
He requested one of his favorites, so we went out to Phil's Barbecue in Rancho Bernardo.
Also a Phil's fan.
He likes Phil's, which is fine, and we had dinner, and then we went home, and we played darts just with the family.
Nice.
Just kind of some family time before we kind of had a hug and say goodbye.
Did you cry?
I didn't. His mom was sobbing uncontrollably.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I thought was going to make it more difficult for him. I tried to be strong, but as I was driving in this morning to work, I couldn't help but think of him as
a baby.
Yeah, like 2-3 years old.
You make me cry right now, dude.
He was so ticklish. Even when you weren't trying to tickle him, you couldn't pick him up, and he just would start laughing uncontrollably, like the ticklishest kid. The most ticklish little kid, and I just kept thinking of that little kid who's now
a man,
6 feet tall.
He's a man now,
moving out on his own and saying goodbye, driving out this morning. So
I remember that moment. I remember that moment. It was a late August 2009. My mom was driving me to the airport to fly to San Diego, had my stuff shipped down, and I don't remember words being exchanged the entire drive to the airport.
Silence.
We were both just quiet.
Looking out the window.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's a Chili's. And
oh, look, Puget Sound.
We got to the drop-off area.
Space Needle.
Finally, I get my luggage out of the back of the car or whatever, and she hasn't said a word yet, and she's been fine, no emotions. And then I'm like, all right, there's a Southwest or whatever, and I turn all right, it's time to go. And as soon as I turned around, she just waterworks, just lost it. And then I'm like, oh, it's okay, trying to be strong. And then as soon as I turned and started walking into the terminal, I was like,
it's.
Yep, give him a hug. Shove some cash in his hand.
Did you?
Yep.
Here's $70. Put it with the rest.
That was more than 70. I told him, he's going to be living with some buddies. I said, here, buy dinner the first night. Take out or something for the guys.
Are those dudes already up there?
Yeah, I think they're up there already.
Okay.
Or
are they from here?
They're from down here too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude,
so they're gonna have some home connections with each other.
Absolutely.
And it'll be in
and we have family friends up there. I mean, there's definitely he's not going into completely foreign territory.
I'll tell you, the last time I left home a couple weeks ago when I went to see my parents, my mom got me, and I think my dad got a little misty too, but I have to do it quick, and then I have to go, and then I'm gonna cry in the car for sure, no question, but it's tough, dude. It's crazy. My 4-year-old Taylor was so convicted about cutting his hair, and if you've ever seen my 4-year-old, he has these big, beautiful curls. We don't know where it came from, but he had these big curls, and when he put a hat on, he looked I'm not calling him a clown. He looked like an actual clown. He had the clown hair out the
Ronald
side.
McDonald out the side,
Dustin May.
Yeah.
When he puts a hat on, it's comes out the side.
Krusty the Clown or Sideshow Bob from The Simpsons.
And so he got really, I think, tired of it. And they were always going in his face. And he goes, I want to cut my hair. And I said, what do you want to what do you want to do? Are you sure? And he goes, yeah, I want to look like Dada. I'm like, all right. So Hannah set it up. I picked him up from school yesterday. I took him there. I double checked. I triple checked. You sure you want to do this? You sure you want to do this? Yep. Got up in the chair like a big boy. Just cut them all off. Cut them all off. And I'm watching these curls fall on the ground and picked up one, saved it, wrapped it in foil.
I was wondering if you did.
Don't know what for.
Yeah.
But I have it. And so I'm just sitting there going, man, this is crazy. You look like a different person entirely.
He's a little man.
He's like a little man. And he was peacocking around the house last night. I mean, peacocking, like had the time of his life. So if it was hard for me to say goodbye to his hair, what's it going to be like when I actually have to say goodbye? It's just the worst. So no, everyone asked. I did post it on Instagram. Everyone's like, is he getting the broccoli cut? No, he did not get the broccoli cut. I refused. And our girl that cuts our hair, Danny.
What are you going to do when Bo asks for that in like 4 years?
So the funny thing is I said, Bo was right there with us and he was watching this happen. And he couldn't believe it, watching all this hair come off. And he said, I go, what about you? You next? He goes, no chance.
No.
And I go, you want to keep yours rolling? I go, doesn't it bother you when you play sports? Not that I want him to cut his hair. I really don't care what they do. And I said, okay, it's your prerogative. Like you do it and you want to keep it long, keep it long. I think he looks great with long hair. I always have. But yeah, it was really weird, man. So my heart breaks for you. I feel bad.
Thank you.
It's very hard.
As an aside, just quickly, don't deal with that much cash anymore, but we're still old heads. So we have usually a few 20s in our wallets.
Well,
just
speak for yourself.
What do you have in your wallet right now? How often do you go to an ATM? That's the question.
Once every 3 months.
Yeah, exactly.
I have $18.
It used to be like a weekly
or daily
thing that you had to do. Now at most, maybe every month and a half or so, drive through the ATM. No one's ever there. It's always empty. No one goes to the ATM. No one deals with cash anymore. But I wanted to give my son some cash. So I'm getting home and I look in there's one car in the drive-thru. I go, I'll pull around, they'll be done. I'll pull right up. I pull behind the car in the drive-thru. She's got the door open because she can't quite reach the.
You don't want to get so close that you scrape your car.
She can't quite reach, so she got the door open. She's kind of leaning out, like reaching up. It's a kind of a lower sedan car. Figure, okay, she's pushing the button. She's pulling something out. She's probably done, right? No, I am sitting there. And I didn't quite time it, but 2 full songs play on the radio. So I'm there almost 10 minutes while she is continuing to.
Is she depositing?
I don't know. Setting up like a 401k at the ATM or something.
She's doing her Roth IRA there.
It should never take you more than a minute at the ATM.
Yeah, you got to be quick, guys.
It's like, do I back out and try to just go to the walk-up one? I shouldn't have to go to the walk-up one. I don't know. I'm usually a very patient person.
You are.
I almost honked, which would have been the worst thing ever.
You can't honk.
But, after about 8 minutes, I'm going, why didn't you just go do the walk-up or something or go inside? Yeah. Why are you sitting here at the ATM for 10 minutes in the drive-thru?
It happens to me everywhere I go. You know that. Everywhere I go, I get behind the guy that is unpacking his luggage to make it cheaper. Everywhere I go.
Felt like you.
I get the guy that wants to talk about all his lottery picks. All right, let's do another quick pick. I want 14, 19, 21, 12. Let's do another one of those. And also, I've got this scratcher. Could you cash this in for a free ticket?
Check it and see if it's a winner.
Check this.
I've already scratched it off, and I know it's not a winner, but just check it just in case.
This one's worth $1. So I'd like that $1 back in cash. It happens to me everywhere I go. Doesn't matter. Yes, I will do. I'm going to get 12 sandwiches. Excuse me? How many sandwiches are you ordering? I just have one. It's everywhere I go. So I feel for you in both respects.
It was definitely a you moment because I'm normally very patient, but I was a little raw off knowing that, saying goodbye and just trying to get back home and I want to see him. And I'm just sitting there going, come on. What else could you be doing here? Did you just apply for a home loan?
Right. Yeah.
It's what could take so long? It's the ATM. There's deposit. There's withdrawal, and there's check your balance. That's all there is.
Maybe she's a money launderer. Like Warden Norton. Yeah. And she had a bunch of different deposits from Andy Dufresne. Yeah. to deposit to a bunch of different accounts.
Sure, her boys are occupied somewhere else this week. Maisie's pie.
Oh my gosh, we have an early breaking news this morning. I don't know if you guys saw. Paulie, you were unaware.
This is
pretty big one. And on this program, this is how we do it on this program. When somebody leaves and departs this mortal
I think
coil,
you need to say who it is first. Then
we can do it after.
Yeah. So we're doing it first.
Yeah, we're going to shout out to his family first.
And I really hope we can see more unity and more peace when already things are so difficult. So, shout out to his family.
I think that's a bad tease.
No,
I mean, it's a good
great
tease. Everyone
now
wants
everybody
to know.
wants to know who passed
But
away.
I feel like it's insensitive and inappropriate because now the entire tier 1 audience who doesn't already know is waiting on pins and needles to know who just died. And all you did was eliminate half the planet because you said it was a male.
Correct.
That's all. So we know half the planet is now potentially gone and no one knows who it is because you teased it.
It's Robert Redford.
Okay,
passed away at the age of 89 years old.
Very good life.
Very good life. Oh my gosh, very good life. A true pioneer, a true hero, legend in the space of creative and acting and writing and directing and really did it all. Environmentalism. He made. No, that was Paul Newman that made salad dressing.
That's true.
Robert Redford.
I always kind of confused him a little bit as well.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I could, both very handsome.
He started the
men.
Sundance Film Festival. Just seemed like he was a really good guy. What are your favorite older and newer Robert Redford movies? Like young Robert Redford versus
I think
older Robert Redford.
I really loved the movie A River Runs Through It.
Okay.
Very much. I thought it was very well done and very cool. I thought I was going to be bored by it. I was not. I thought it was brilliant. Obviously his, the movies that everybody loves. The Sting.
The Sting
right.
was like one of my favorite old movies. Even when I was growing up, this is an old movie, but this is a good one. The Sting is a really good one.
All the President's Men I saw maybe.
It was a little complicated.
It's a little complicated when I was
time
a kid.
I saw it. Yeah.
The Great Gatsby, they made us watch it in school. I liked the book better, as I typically have. He was really good in Indecent Proposal.
Controversial at the time.
I can see that.
The Indecent Proposal.
Is that early mid 90s?
That's
me more.
Early,
right?
1993. Paulie. He tried to purchase Woody Harrelson's wife.
That
movie's brilliant. It's brilliant. And then in the end,
doesn't make everybody go like, well, what would you do?
What's your price? Of course it does. If you haven't had this conversation,
there's no chance. And then you're like, well,
if you haven't had this conversation with your wife. Are you even married? What's the number, babe? If we're in Vegas, what's the number? And, what's my number? What is the number? Quiz show.
I really liked, but my all-time favorite.
$1 million in 1993 would be $2.2 million today.
It's not enough.
I don't know that that's enough.
I don't either.
The Robert Redford movie I undoubtedly watched the most. Had the VCR cassette and probably watched
The Natural.
Oh, not The Natural.
Sneakers.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Bagger Vance.
No,
because it's about golf.
Sneakers. I always loved Sneakers.
I don't know that I saw Sneakers.
Sneakers. They were like computer hackers.
Yeah,
and,
I probably did.
Yeah. Ben Kingsley was kind of the bad guy. Was his old friend, but ended up in jail. And then it was. I always liked that one.
The Last Castle was really good. Really good. He was in prison. James Gandolfini is in that. It's really, really well done movie. But yeah, man, you're talking about a legend. A total legend. I'm looking for that tweet that I read you this morning, Ben. Apparently, I can summarize. He was up for a role, and the director was a friend of his. And he said, "Robert, I can't let you have this movie." And he's like, "Why? I would crush this film." And he said, "You can't play a loser." And he said, "Yes, I can. I can play a loser." He goes, "Robert, have you ever struck out with a woman one time?" And he goes, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, "The concept of striking out with a woman didn't register in his brain."
Like, wait, that happens?
What does that mean? Does that something that you guys actually approach women and they say no? Oh. And he goes, it would be like going
so weird. I can't relate.
He's like, it would be like me asking him, how many times have you gone into a restaurant and not eaten? Like didn't get a meal. He goes, it just didn't occur to him that you could actually strike out with a woman. And so he goes, no, you're not getting this part. I'm going to give it to a real loser. And I don't know who got the part or what movie it was for. But yeah, man, what a legend he was. Robert Redford, one of the coolest guys. They show those pictures of when, back in the 70s, you're like, God bless, like just a manly man, unlike us.
Talent,
sure.
Good looks.
Yeah, the whole package.
Yeah, the whole package.
So, yep, rest in peace to Robert Redford.
Shout out to his family.
Shout out to his family. I don't know the movie. They're asking me, and Nichols was the director. The last, it was like
Mike
a little
Nichols,
maybe Mike Nichols. I saw a little blurb, and that's it. I don't know the.
But he didn't make it.
No,
Nichols...
he didn't make it. So I don't know who it was that got the gig, but it was really good. It was really good. So what is your price, Paulie?
Was my price?
Yeah,
I don't know that it's my price.
What is it?
He wanted The Graduate.
The Graduate.
Yes, but was rejected. He didn't think Redford could play a loser.
Dustin Hoffman murdered that role.
So Dustin Hoffman got it instead.
Murdered that role. You couldn't have seen Robert Redford in that. You would see the woman. Who was it? Faye Dunaway? I don't remember. You could see the woman just falling in love with Robert Redford immediately because he was so handsome and attractive.
And Bancroft.
So yeah, Robert Redford, man. I think, probably our dad, Ben, like our dad's age, they're probably in serious mourning this morning. That guy was a legend.
He was the guy.
He was the guy for sure. Yeah, he was way too handsome for the role of The Graduate, and pretty much too handsome for everything he ever did. But yeah, so 89 years old. I'll be honest, I thought he had already passed away. I'm not joking when I said I kind of thought he was.
Well, he had been in like Marvel movies fairly recently.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was in Captain America, The Winter Soldier. He was actually a bad guy and really
was
good. In some of the Marvel movies as well.
Nice. Well, listen, he was a true legend of the game. Certainly, we did watch some baseball last night. All of us did. What a great game up in Dodger Stadium, Phillies-Dodgers. It was
ups and downs.
About everything you could ask for.
It was a potential playoff preview. Yeah, we will talk about that coming up. We'll set the menu for what we've got. Obviously, no Padre game to react to, but plenty of baseball, football, and more to get to. We'll do all of that right after we check traffic for the first time with Kelly this morning here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by the kids of Caltrans. Good morning. We've got a few problems starting us off. One of them is this collision involving a pickup truck and a motorcycle. Northbound 125 at Hammershots over the right shoulder. Looks like tow truck is on scene assisting with that. Also, northbound 5, just past Palm Avenue in the South Bay. We're getting reports of a broken sprinkler spraying water into the slow lane, causing kind of a puddle there. Northbound 5 past Palm Avenue. And reports of a stalled car in the fast lane, southbound 15, right before the 163.
My mom, my papa, my daddy. Where's the Caltrans? On the freeway, right next to speeding cars.
Please be careful.
Be alert. Be work zone alert. Brought to you by the kids of Caltrans.
Quick reminder, you can tune into the Manager's Report with Mike Schilt this Friday, 9 a.m. here on Ben & Woods. The Manager's Report is refreshed by Ecowater SoCal. Try alkaline water for just $9.95 a month. Ecowater SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925. And I actually heard Mike Schilt on yesterday when I flipped on my MLB radio. Just happened to be in the car. I could hear they were interviewing. It was the Foul Outs or Loud Outs program.
Sure.
And they were interviewing a manager. And I went, I wonder who it is. And then he opened his mouth and they're talking to Schilty.
What's up, my dudes? How you doing?
And it was near the end of the interview. And they, off day in New York, what are you going to do? And they started talking about what restaurants you're going to go to. I go, uh-oh.
Oh, boy. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Uh-oh.
He did admit he was going to have dinner with one of his mentors who was coming down from Connecticut.
Whitey Herzog.
It wasn't Whitey Herzog. I didn't catch the name, but it wasn't
Willie
someone
McGee.
that I recognized immediately.
Yadier Molina.
And he said,
Vince Coleman.
They said,
Jack Clark.
What cuisine? We won't make you tell us where you're going to dinner, but they said, what cuisine? Are we looking Asian fusion? Are we going French?
Do you know Mike Schilt? Sandwiches, boy.
Mike Schilt did say we're going to go traditional steakhouses.
There you go. All right. We can do that with him.
So
next
I
time.
do know that Mike Schilt last night went and had a good New York steak with an old buddy.
I can't wait to ask him about it on Friday.
We will have that opportunity.
I didn't have one.
Coming up at 9 a.m.
I thought Ben saw you with that pie in the locker room, and then you said you didn't. No, I don't eat pie. Why are you messing with us? Dude, it's funny. We were just talking about movies that Tex Pauly sent us yesterday. So later in the program, we were talking about, the Padres facial hair. They're all trying to grow facial hair. And I think somehow we got on to acting and Tom Hanks growing that beard for the movie Castaway. And I wondered aloud, when do they make him lose all the weight first and then shoot the skinny I'm on the island with no food parts with the long beard, and then he can put on weight and remove some of the beard, and they kind of work backwards. We actually got a DM from a guy we went to fantasy camp with, Lynn, and he goes, hey, I was just listening to this morning show on the podcast, heard you talking about Castaway. I actually worked on that movie as a PA. They shot the first half of it, the FedEx stuff at the plant in Texas, and him first living in Fiji, being clean cut at first and starting to grow a beard. Then a year later, as Tom grew the beard, they shot back in Fiji, but Tom got an infection in his knee from a cut from the coral, which delayed him shooting back in LA, which allowed me to luckily work on the part. The last part was a few reshots of him in Fiji, but on stage at Sony, which was the tooth extraction with the figure skate and a few other pieces in the beard. Once they figured all out, he shaved and we shot the rest.
That's crazy.
Phenomenal, dude.
It's crazy. So they shot just a few minutes of the movie, and then they had to wait a year for him to grow a beard and lose a ton of weight.
Can you imagine
to shoot the rest of the movie?
Can you imagine? You're like, hey, Tom, it's who Zemeckis directed that, or who directed that?
Who directed Castaway?
It was somebody big.
Yeah, I think it was.
Hey, Tom, it's Bob Zemeckis. How's the beard going? It's not great right now, but we'll wait. All right, cool.
Yeah,
cool,
it was Zemeckis.
Well, yeah. So we'll just let us know. Let us know when you're ready to get this thing cranked up. We'd love to get this movie out to the public. And just waiting. You're waiting on him. How's the weight loss going? It's okay. It's okay. I've cheated this weekend. Set me back a little bit. Beard is coming in. I mean, it would be a nightmare to shoot stuff like that.
Did you know that Robert Redford was up for the role, but they didn't believe he would work at FedEx, so didn't get it. But.
Nobody that handsome would work at FedEx. Shout out to all my FedEx people out there. We love you.
All right, here's what we got coming up. Set the menu quickly for the program. We will talk about baseball. Last night, it was an epic game. Phillies-Dodgers, update you on the playoff race. How the Padres stand after their day off as they go into their final 12 games of the season, and look ahead to the series against the New York Mets starting tonight. Take a look at the pitching matchup as well. In our second hour, we will talk a little bit of NFL. We'll just wrap up the weekend. We didn't talk much football yesterday, so last night's Monday Night Football doubleheader and more from Sunday. And then it is an Incorporator Tuesday. Jesse Agler will join us from New York at 8:35 to talk Padres baseball. Get his word for tonight's Padres Mets broadcast that starts at 4:10 today. Have our regular features, including Don't Do This, Take on Woods, another chance to qualify to see the Eagles at the Sphere in Las Vegas. We have 3 qualifiers this month so far. You could be number 4 coming up at 8:20 in our musical trivia challenge. Ryan will report in the 9 o'clock hour as well. Oh, and I forgot. Paulie set up our friend in New York, Casey Stern.
Oh, the best.
To talk about the Mets as well at 9:35 as they're trying to hold on to that last playoff spot.
He's actually, I think he does radio in Atlanta. He lives in Atlanta, in Georgia, but he's a huge Mets fan. He does a Mets podcast.
I didn't know he's back doing radio.
I believe I saw that.
All right, we'll double check.
Find out.
He's the best.
So that's what we've got on tap for you today. We will come back, though, talk some baseball. It was a tense game. I watched the last few innings.
Yeah.
I know you did as well. Phillies-Dodgers last night, potential playoff preview. We'll get into that and more coming up next year with Ben and Woods on a Tuesday morning on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, that's what's on tap for the show. What's on tap at the Woods family is Ecowater in our home. We've got the system in our home, and my wife got so giddy. One of our neighbors the other day, their Ecowater truck was parked in front of their house. And it's been great, man. We've had a couple of years now. It's one of the smartest, most practical upgrades that we've ever made for our family. They were first with remote monitoring. They were first with Wi-Fi and leak detection. The first with whole home automatic cutoffs that can stop a leak before it becomes a disaster. That's not just innovation. That's protection that you can actually see and control. They have the latest, most advanced technology in water treatment for your family and your business, not just first in the industry, but the most advanced today. They've been doing this, man, since 1925 when they patented the first self-regenerating water softener, and nearly a century later, they're still leading the way in this space. Not just about protection, it's about better water for everything you use it for. We drink it, we shower in it, we bathe in it, we feed it to our pets, we wash our food in it, we cook with it. The water is pure. You can taste and feel the difference. Try the Soft Life and alkaline water now, just $9.95 a month. 760-350-3338 or go to ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water, keeping it soft since 1925.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples. All right, quick check of the standings as the Padres return to action later today. With the Dodgers loss last night, and we can talk about that game here in a moment. The Padres now are 2 games behind LA in the NL West. Both teams have 12 games remaining in the season. Padres will need to outplay the Dodgers by 3 games. So if the Dodgers go 6-6, Padres would need to go 9-3, and so on and so forth to win the division. The Cubs won yesterday, so the Padres are now 4 games behind the Cubs. That tiebreaker remains a bit in question. The Padres do have the edge, but you'll need to outplay the Cubs by at least 4 games to catch them in the wild card race and earn a home game or a home series in the wild card round. That's even tougher. If the Cubs go 6-6, Padres would need to go 10-2. If the Cubs go 8-4, Padres would need to go 12-0. And I bring this up because I did see a piece yesterday from Tom Verducci. What's going on?
Since they switched my computer up, anytime I play audio or just go to an article, it feeds over into Paulie's area.
Oh,
and so you
his
heard
actual computer
pop-up ads, videos that play, and anything you click on.
This speaker that is here in front of me is worthless. It doesn't work anymore.
I'm going to come over there and fix it.
It plays to Paulie's thing. So
Paulie can probably find a way to mute that.
I know how to mute it, but I do want. Do you? Oh, damn it. It's hard out here being a boomer in 2025.
Right.
It really is.
I did have an actual point here.
All right, hold on. Just start over.
That I was making.
It's not my fault. I didn't mean to do this.
So
trying to
Tom Verducci.
We're very, we're very eager to see the Padres try to earn a home playoff series.
Sure.
Against either, at the division champion against the 6 seed or past the Cubs, and then you can be the 4 seed against the 5 seed. But as Tom Verducci pointed out in a piece at Sports Illustrated yesterday, since they went to the 12-team playoff expansion officially in 2022, the record of home teams overall in the playoffs, 60-64. Road teams actually have a better record in the MLB postseason over the last 3 full years than home teams. And that includes a 10-16 home record in the wild card round. So road teams the last 3 years have actually done quite a bit better in the wild card round for whatever reason than home teams. Now, as he points out, it's a small sample size. It's just 3 seasons, and there can be noise and, funny matchups that don't really indicate, but he threw out some potential reasons for this. When you're the home team, more pressure on you to win in front of your home fans. You're expected to win. The other team may be playing a little more loose as the road team, a little less expectations on the team that has to travel. There could be something to this. There could be nothing to this, but I thought it was interesting. Feels like the Padres have been such a better home team all year. They have. That getting a home series is almost like imperative for the playoffs, but the actual numbers recently don't really bear that out.
Yeah, there's something.
That home teams don't have that big of an advantage.
There's something to be said for, hey man, we have a business trip. We are taking a business trip up to Chicago, and we're going to win 2 games, and we're going to come home and figure it out then. But there's we're together. We're together. We get first ups. We have the chance to take the Wrigley Field crowd out of it with a couple of swings in the first, couple of bunts in the first inning, and really get on the board with a run. We have that opportunity. You have that opportunity when you're the visiting team. I've always enjoyed that. I think getting a chance to score first is pretty incredible in the playoffs. It really is, because the crowd can get pretty lively. And so I don't care. I don't really care where they play. I know we want it here. I'd like to be able to go to those games. I'd like to be able to have a scene around here. But if you win enough when you go up, if you do have to play on the road, you'll get some home playoff games. That's your carrot. You'll get to play in the next series here. So I thought last night's game was really good. Now, I saw a lot of people tweeting the same thing. Man, we don't look anything like these teams. We could not hang toe-to-toe with these teams. You may be right. There's literally no way to tell. Both of these teams at times in their history have limped into the postseason and been really hot. Both of these teams, the Phillies and the Dodgers, have come in scorching hot to the playoffs and crap the bed. When we talk about the playoffs being a 1,000% total crapshoot, that's what it is. Anything can happen to any team. We've seen it. There's proof of it. The only thing you need to remember going into the playoffs as a fan is you know nothing. It's so hard to prognosticate. I mean, match up your starting pitchers. Hey, man, if Tyler Glasnow doesn't have it that night, Ben, doesn't look very good for the Dodgers. If Michael King doesn't have it that night and gives you 2 1/3, it doesn't look very good for the Padres. It's just, you just don't know. It's such a different venue.
Well, last night's game certainly had a playoff feel. The Phillies were playing to clinch the NL East if they won. The Dodgers, of course, are playing with the Padres right there in their rearview mirror, not wanting to drop another half game. And starts out, the Dodgers go with the opener to face Kyle Schwarber, essentially. They have Anthony Bonda.
And Harper, right?
Start the game in the first inning. And, of course, it backfires as Kyle Schwarber hits the leadoff home run, his 53rd of the season.
No, he's a two-hole.
Two-hole hitter, right. Yep. He's not leading off anymore, but hits the first inning home run, 53rd of the season, to give the Phillies an early 1-0 lead. But it kind of stays that way as they bring in Emmett Sheehan for the bulk innings. And the Dodgers eventually go ahead in the bottom of the fifth on a Max Muncy 2-run home run off Ranger Suarez. So it's 3-1 Dodgers. In the seventh, the Phillies rally with a go-ahead 2-run home run off Phillies legend Weston Wilson.
I had never heard of him until that swing.
Who's Weston Wilson?
He's the guy filling in for Alec Bohm.
Apparently so. He's got 5 home runs now. And,
5. That's great.
He hit it off Jack Dreyer, and the Phillies took the lead in the seventh. Mookie Betts answered with a home run off Orion Kerkering in the bottom of the seventh inning. So it's now tied again. And then Bryce Harper does what he often does in big clutch situations.
What a shot.
Playoff feeling games off of Vezina, and hits a go-ahead solo home run in the top of the eighth. So the Phillies take a 5-4 lead into the bottom of the ninth inning, and they bring on their trade deadline acquisition, Johan Duran, who I hadn't realized has not given up a hit since the trade deadline.
Are you kidding me?
Apparently not. The Phillies acquire him.
Jeez.
We think Mason Miller's been good. I mean, Mason Miller's given up at least
a
home run, a couple of singles.
Is that right?
He had not. That's what they said on the broadcast. This was the Dodgers broadcast. Jessica Mendoza was on it.
Johan Duran has not given up a single hit
since the trade deadline. Which that was stunning. Of course, it ended when Andy Pages hits a game-tying home run with 1 out in the ninth inning to even the score at 5.
Hanging slider, just whack. Pages had a really good game. I mean, slugged through out of his mind, 2 doubles, a bomb. They're scary.
I mean, so this is a really good game. Dodger Stadium's going nuts. The volume is at 12 on their speakers, and that ensures that Ohtani's getting up with 2 outs against Duran, which is a great scene. They walk him. They end up getting Mookie Betts on a fly ball to end the inning. So they go to the 10th, free runner on second base. The Phillies end up not getting him over, but then double stealing second and third.
After an intentional walk of Harper.
And they get the sac fly by JT Realmuto off Blake Trinan to take a 6-5 lead. So they've got David Robertson left out of the bullpen.
David Robertson still getting out.
Yep. They try to bunt the runner over. Rortvet. Did Will Smith get hurt or something? Because he was batting in Will Smith's spot.
Yeah, Smith hasn't played. He got hit on the hand, I believe, and he's been out for.
But why is Rortvet still batting third? Shouldn't he be lower in the order?
No, it would have been
because he was batting right behind Mookie Betts there before Freddie Freeman. And I go, well, was Will Smith starting the game and someone else?
It was
Dalton Rushing started the game.
No, it was another. It was Chucky Robinson.
Wow,
yeah, who started for the Dodgers. So I don't know
why it hit him third, but he was up. He couldn't get the bunt down. Almost bunted into a pop out, but ended up hitting a chopper up the middle that moved the runner over for the first out. So then 2 walks later, the bases are loaded, 1 out, and Robertson gets Rojas to pop up and gets Muncy to ground to first base to end the game, and the Phillies hold on for a very tense 6-5 win in 10 innings to clinch.
Yep.
the NL East, pop the champagne corks in the visiting clubhouse at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So now that leaves us, what, 2.5? Two. Plus the tiebreaker.
As I said, you need to outplay the Dodgers by 3 games over the final 12 to win the NL West.
Yeah, see this. I think Joe Davis was on mushrooms. Says Duran has given up plenty of hits since the trade. He gave up 10 hits in August.
Well, I don't know. That's what he said on the broadcast. Which
I feel like I've seen him give up a run.
Seemed crazy, but I don't know.
Sorry, I have the wrong information.
Could it have been a certain situation?
Maybe.
And never given up a hit with runners in scoring position.
Maybe they made a big deal
that.
out of it when I was watching on my phone and going, the first hit allowed, and it was a home run. I'm going, really?
I was fading into oblivion during the last inning. I mean, I was just peeling my eyes open. But man, what a game!
What a great game!
What a result! That's kind of the 13 hits, 3 earned run with the Phillies. Joe Dave. Blame Joe.
Blame Joe. I'll blame Joe on that one. But anyway, you can kind of you hope the Phillies continue to play well the next 2 days. They've probably got the old celebration hangover for game 2 of the series today. It's usually
are they playing for anything at all?
Yeah, number 1 seed. They can still get. Well, they need to hold off. They need to hold off the Dodgers or the Padres, probably the Dodgers, to make sure they get the 2 seed in the bye. But they now have a 5-game lead, a 6-game lead, and if they win either of these last 2, they also have the tiebreaker. So they're very comfortably in the 2 seed, but they can catch the Milwaukee Brewers. They're only a game and a half behind the Brewers for the number 1 seed. So if they really want to play for home field advantage throughout the NL playoffs, they still have something to play for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, but this is one of those days where, they probably...
The sharp money usually bets against the team that clinched. They had, partied a little hard the night before.
Who's pitching?
It's Christopher Sanchez against Shohei Ohtani tonight. I mean, Sanchez is really good. I can't imagine he's going to go out there and give up 6 or something.
Right.
But
Right. Okay, well, we need the Dodgers to keep losing. So pulling.
And as we talked with Craig Elston yesterday, these next 3 days of the Padres are pretty key. If they can't pick up a game somewhere soon, they're just going to be too far behind going into the last week of the season to really feasibly catch the Dodgers, unless the Dodgers do something crazy bad over the last couple of weeks.
Now they're starting to hit. They're starting to hit. Their win, I think, over the weekend on Sunday, Ben, if I heard correctly, and again, Joe Davis might be huffing paint, but he said they got 16 singles in the game, and that's how they won the game. The Dodgers are going out there getting 16 singles in a game. Then they're coming out and they're slugging the next night, which was last night. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of starting to lock in a little bit.
So the lineup now with Muncy back and is extended. Like Andy Pines is hitting 8th. That's a 25 home run hitting number 8 hitter. The Padres don't have. They have Manny has 25, I believe. That is their 8 hitter. That is a much extended lineup as they've gotten Tommy Edman back, Max Muncy back, getting healthier.
Smith's on the 10-day IL with a bone bruise.
Okay. So Teoscar Hernandez was the number 3 hitter, and then they did a double switch with the catchers, and Rortvedt ended up hitting 3rd.
Tommy Edman was sitting on the bench, by the way.
He was.
Could have pinch hit as well. So I did see some Dodger fans upset about that. That was a tough one. That's a tough one for them. They're strangely enough, man, on September 16th, they're not fighting for their lives per se, but they're really trying to make sure that they get a little space between them and the San Diego Padres. They would hate to cough that division up in a year where they were picked to win 120 games. That's not going to happen unless they extend the regular season by a lot of games, which they're not going to do. They're not going to come close to the projections, Ben, that every talking head on the planet had for them. I saw 114. I saw 120. I saw, this is the team that's going to shatter the Mariners record, the Yankees 125, that they're
not even going to get a bye in the first round.
No,
they're going to be playing in a wild card series, which when was the last time? I guess the year that the Giants won the division is the only time I think they've gotten a bye the last couple of years, but
yeah,
they're going to actually play in a wild card series.
Crazy. New territory for them. They got the starting pitching to do it, and if their hitting continues to stay hot, listen, there's no reason that the LA Dodgers, who everybody predicted to win the World Series, couldn't still go on and win the World Series, right? Everybody, if that happens, are you going to be really surprised?
I mean,
how could you?
You can't be.
You can't be.
I think having the experience of knowing you just did it is very valuable.
100%
in October.
Not panicking in those games, and again, they got all the pieces to do it, other than a reliable bullpen.
But ultimately, the Padres and Dodgers basically having the same season. The Dodgers are 48-27 at home. The Padres are 47-28 at home. Dodgers are 36-39 on the road. Padres are 35-40 on the road. So
Crazy.
one
team.
game the entire season. We're 150 games in, and the Dodgers have one more win at home.
Yep.
One more win on the road than the Padres.
Nuts.
Out of all those games. They've essentially been the same team all year long.
Who would have predicted that? Nobody.
No.
So, there's a lot of things that can still happen. Padres just need to make sure they handle their business.
All right, let's look ahead to the Padres matchup tonight to start the series. We'll do that right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by the Oceanside Police Department, now hiring public safety dispatchers. Guys, definitely starting to heat up on the roads a bit. We got this accident involving a pickup truck and a motorcycle northbound 125 at Hammer Shots over the right shoulder. Tow truck is on scene assisting with that. Also, a broken sprinkler northbound 5 past Palm Avenue. It's spraying water into the slow lane. Could be causing some puddling. Stalled motorcycle eastbound 8 just before the 15. It's in the center divide, and got a stalled car that's been moved into the center divide on southbound 15 right before the 163. The Oceanside Police Department is hiring public safety dispatchers. Earn up to $87,000 a year. Lateral bonus is up to $11,000. 12-hour shifts, 3-day work weeks, paid holidays, benefits, and retirement. Apply at joinopd.net. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Now, keep in mind, the New York Mets have also been very good at home this year. Essentially the same record as the Padres and the Dodgers. They're 46-29 at Citi Field. They've just been abysmal on the road, 31-44, which is why they're just 4 games above 500 and trying to hold on to a wild card spot, as opposed to, where the Padres and Dodgers are in the 80s in wins. The Padres swept the Mets when they came to Petco Park, but this is a different team when they play at home at Citi Field. So we'll see how it goes starting tonight. Michael King will make his second start off the injured list. And the announcement yesterday by the manager of the Mets, Mendoza?
Yeah.
Carlos Mendoza, is that he's going to go piggyback on his pitchers. Clay Holmes will start, go for however many innings, 3, 4, and then Sean Manaea, who had been a starter, will come out of the bullpen. The former Padre will pitch however many more innings, 3 or 4, and they're probably going to try to avoid most of their bullpen in the game today and just go with 2 starters in tonight's game.
Yeah, Sean Manaea, they pay him $25 million a year there in New York, Benny, and he's pitched to a 5.76 ERA, given up 10 bombs in 50 innings in his 11 starts this year. And since August, he's got an ERA of 7.71. So what you'd hate to see is him come in the 3rd or the 4th and just start dicing up your pretty heavy left-handed lineup, I would imagine, that you would roll out there tonight against Clay Holmes. Yeah.
Clay Holmes has also struggled lately. The Mets have lost his last 3 starts, gave up 4 runs to the Phillies in 4 innings his last time out, also lost to the Tigers and the Marlins in his previous 2 efforts. So
this sounds very familiar.
Are the Padres going to be the get-right gang against two different starters in the same game, or can they get to both or at least one of them, put some runs on the board to start this road trip tonight? Because it certainly is an opportunity, you would think, with Michael King on the mound against not 1 but 2 struggling starting pitchers, to have a good start to this series in this road trip.
And Mets are currently 1 game up,
1.5 games up of now the Arizona Diamondbacks, who had a 6-run 6th inning, beat the Giants 8-1 and passed them by a half game. So they're a half game ahead of both the Giants and the Reds, who are 2 games behind the Mets.
I had them dead and buried. I really did.
So did they. That's why they traded away Eugenio Suarez and Josh Naylor and Merrill Kelly.
You're like, guys, you're not supposed to win after these moves.
I mean, the Giants have done the same thing.
Yep.
And part of it's because the Mets have let everybody back into the race. The Mets went for it. They added pieces and yet have fallen back to these teams that were giving up on their season. So, yeah, the Arizona Diamondbacks are right there. The Padres' magic number remains 6. There was no way it could go down yesterday because either the Diamondbacks or Giants had to win. The Reds also won yesterday. They beat the Cardinals. So Padres would probably need to win to lower their magic number to 5 tonight, unless both the Diamondbacks and Reds lose, which would also lower it by 1 tonight.
This is literally your.
I love
your,
this.
He's just giddy.
So the magic number remains at 6 until either the Padres win or both the Diamondbacks and Reds lose.
Okay.
And then every time the Giants, Diamondbacks, and Reds lose, it goes down 1 for the Padres the rest of the season.
All right. Coming up next, I think Paulie and I owe our beloved Ben a big apology. Time for us to, well, get on our knees and tell Ben how smart he is and how dumb we are. You happy?
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this segment.
I bet you are.
Coming up next here on 97.3 The Fan. Hour number 2 of Ben and Woods. And please, floor is yours, Stephen Woods.
Listen, yesterday in Do This, I had been scrolling around on Sunday for something heartfelt and warm and would make you feel good, and saw a tweet from a Brewers employee or a beat writer or somebody, and then from the Brewers themselves. Must watch. You have to watch this. It was after the Brewers clinched, and must watch. Pat Murphy read an emotional letter from Bob Uecker as the Brewers celebrated clinching the postseason. That's from the Milwaukee Brewers official account. If you missed it yesterday, this is what it sounded like.
I got a letter today from Uecker, and before we toast, I want to read it. Thanks, Mark. Thought it was fitting. The last time that we celebrated, Uecker was with us. Howdy, boys. Never a doubt you would get this invitation. You did it by believing. Really miss you guys, and I wish I was there. Things are good. The God Almighty picked me to be on his team up here, albeit I'm the third catcher. It's a great league. No day games after night games. No shadows. But you got all the sticky you need to have up here. Told the big guy about you guys. You play hard every night. You're not afraid to play for each other. He's obviously very interested in the group with this uncommon goodness. The fact that you have the best record in baseball, the best road record in baseball, has caught his attention. You don't really need me. I know you guys really don't need me, but I've got to tell you, I'll be on the headset every night watching. And don't forget to take it all in, enjoy it, keep it light, and believe in each other. Bob Uecker.
Yeah.
So let's toast to him and to our team.
So he read that to the team. Again, got a letter from Uecker.
Is it theoretically possible? Have people who have known their time is coming left letters for loved ones and people they care for? Absolutely.
All the time.
Absolutely. Would it be possible that Bob Uecker had the foresight to say, hey, Pat, you guys have a good season. Read this to the guys, at the end of the year or whatever. I want to leave them something, special. Absolutely. But the way Pat Murphy read it, and then when he brought up the point about the best road record in baseball,
I thought maybe he just added that in.
I just felt like, okay, that's the tell that this is fake. And they tried to play it off as though it really was something that Bob Uecker had left like in a folder somewhere for, hey, open this in September of 2025 after I'm gone, sort of thing.
Right. It's not the case. Turns out yesterday the Brewers did have to clarify that Pat Murphy actually wrote that letter and did it and then addressed his team with it. He of the folding up pancakes and putting them in his back pocket. He is a different cat.
Hard to believe that guy was.
I like him
pulling something
a lot. I
love Pat Murphy.
I did. Maybe twice I've listened to Eric Hosmer's podcast. The one I listened to in its entirety was Pat Murphy, and it was effing phenomenal. It was brilliant. This I find now very odd.
All right,
I find it very odd.
I've got several questions.
Okay.
Where to begin? The first one is he insane? Is this psychopath behavior?
Yeah, a little bit. Coaches do weird stuff. We know that. I believe Sean, the Bills coach?
McDermott.
Sean McDermott.
Yes, Sean.
Invoked Al-Qaeda at one point and said we need to play together like Al-Qaeda is together. And it was like, hey, all right. That's not what you do. Right? Coaches are weird. They do weird stuff to try to motivate their team.
Second question I have.
Yes.
Did the Brewers know this? Or did some social media manager actually think he got wind, hey, Uecker wrote this letter.
They're in there filming.
Because that's a weird thing for the team account to put out there and not clarify immediately.
Possibly. That's a possibility. That it was a 25-year-old kid that was like, this is amazing. And he gets it on film, posts it. You have to hear this. A letter from Bob Uecker.
Clearly, some people were deceived, though, and people don't like to feel like they were duped.
I loved it. I laughed. I laughed incredibly loud.
Third question.
I was made to seem like I was a
genius.
A heartless ghoul, though, yesterday.
By who?
By everyone who loved that and thought it was emotional and touching, and you.
I don't think it was that serious, Ben.
All right, well,
come on.
Some people thought it was.
Well, your cynic's view paid off for you yesterday.
Yes, it did.
It really did. The third question, I think I know what you're going to ask. Is this a potential jinx?
Do they win a game
for the Milwaukee Brewers? Look, I can't speak to their jinx capabilities. I can only speak to ours. I will be giving my State of the Union before the playoffs start. My strong reminder to not act a fool, not to do any rap videos.
That's what's in.
Not to do any songs. Don't make a big production. Don't bring a lot of attention. I won't be getting lippy on Twitter. I will just be watching the games.
Bring your Padres passion for sure.
100%. But it's not your time to debut your new acoustic ditty or your awful rap song about the San Diego Padres and how they're going to kick the crap out of whoever they play. Right?
I just know this. I know this to be true. If and when the Padres clinch a playoff spot.
Yes.
And Mike Schilt was on video and got the guys together. Said, hey, boys, got a letter here from Mr. Seidler.
It would be,
and he made it all up.
It would be over.
You thought 24 scoreless was bad? I mean, I don't know that they get a hit in their first two games if the Padres try to pull that. That's what I know.
It would be devastating for our franchise. Devastating.
Like,
agreed? Agreed.
Close up shop. We're done.
I don't believe in such things, but
come on.
I mean, I know you're probably right.
Yeah. Right.
You would see back-to-back no-hitters in the wild card round.
Yeah, just this never happened before. Fantastic, dude. Fantastic.
There is one person in the building who we do have to worry about sometimes.
Yeah.
Jumping on with these playoff bits, though.
Yes.
Gets a little excited about them sometimes.
He does. His name's Adam Klug. He's our boss. When we love him, we appreciate him. Everything he does.
He's a great boss.
For us, he's a great boss. Well, it's already happened. His letter to Ben and Woods got out early.
Just in case.
Just in case. Has already gotten out. Send it.
Yeah, he's not gone. He's
not gone. He's alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it already got out. This is what it sounds like.
Hey, guys. I just got up here. If you're reading this, it looks like the dragon slayed me. Again. By the way, this letter is brought to you by Baja Rick's Cantina and the Gas Lamp. Up here, nobody complains about doing round tables. And I'm 6 feet tall. With a full head of hair. Finally. Took dying to get there. And guess what? There's not a Dodger fan in sight up here. Not one.
In heaven.
No FM DJs either.
Oh!
Just all sports. All the time. Did you know that timeshares are free up here? You don't even have to sit through a meeting. I asked the big man if he could deliver a Padres World Series, but he said I used all my requests up on the Atlanta Hawks, so sorry about it. Keep playing for each other. Don't let Ben's need to always be right stand in your way.
Yeah, that's true.
Stay creative down there. I didn't fake die just to hear 3 segments on your disdain for bunting. Stop whining about early mornings. Up here, there's eternal daylight, and nobody cares. Remember, boys, ratings don't matter up here. It's kind of like the old days at 97.3 The Machine, but they still matter for you. Stay hot, stay humble, and don't forget to enjoy the ride. Because you never know when the dragon's coming back around. Adam.
Man,
Very touching.
It's very touching. I'm very motivated, and I miss him so much already. The sighs, the constant sighs. That's exactly. But I find it interesting. There's not one Dodger fan in heaven. Not one. That's from him. He's there. You know.
My God.
Oh man, that was really touching. I feel a little bit more inspired and a little bit more motivated to do the right thing and complain less. Like I'm so excited for this Thursday's roundtable. This Thursday in particular, right?
Yeah.
There's no roundtable this Thursday.
Damn it! Oh gosh.
Adam's final gift to us before he left.
I know it's not scheduled, but if you guys want to do one, that'd be great. Thank you, Roundtable. I love that the letter was brought to you by Baja Rick's Cantina.
Get one more sponsor read in before he's gone.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Maybe Pat Murphy will start a trend that we have then fueled. People leaving letters that they can read before they're actually gone.
It's just brilliant. It's a brilliant thing. And I think I did see Brewers fans. They were absolutely they were terrified when they found out that it wasn't actually from Uke and that their manager had decided to sit down and pen a letter, which, by the way, he fumbled through. It was his own handwriting.
Right,
and then they said, if you guys can. He fumbled through it. It's his own handwriting. So just incredible.
It's just leaning into. Someone else wrote this, so
yeah.
I'm having trouble reading.
I will say his joke about being the third catcher was
outstanding.
It sold me. I'm like, that is his Bob Uecker.
I heard people say AI wrote that for him.
You think?
That people said he put into a prompt.
Like write a
letter as
Uecker.
if Bob Uecker is writing from heaven about our baseball season.
Yeah, that's true.
And they came up with an AI joke that Bob Uecker would have told.
Brilliant.
I'm the third catcher.
It's a brilliant
It was
joke.
very, very Uecker-esque.
I wouldn't put it past Murph, though, to have written that himself. He's a really slick and smart and quick dude. Very quick. You got to go listen to this podcast that he does with Hosmer. The best story that he tells was that he recruited Haas really heavily to Arizona State. Really heavily. There was a bunch of dudes that showed up. And, hey, guys, I want you to come in on this Thursday night, and we'll all meet for breakfast Friday morning. Knowing full well his players were going to take all the young kids out, take them to some frat parties, let them meet some ASU girls, which I don't know if you know this. Apparently they're one of one. And so all these guys go out. They said Murph walks into the Denny's or something in the morning, and he's like, you went out, you're hammered still, you went out, like started naming them off. And Hosmer's like, man, we were all just sitting there dying, sweating. They'd been out partying the whole night. I think Haas ended up signing out of high school to go play with the Royals. But he was on him pretty hard. He's a phenomenal storyteller. So I highly recommend listening to it.
There is very little doubt in my mind now that Pat Murphy did use ChatGPT.
Put it in
because
there?
I put in ChatGPT. I said, write a letter from Milwaukee Brewers late broadcaster Bob Uecker, who wrote a letter to the Ben and Woods show in San Diego from heaven. Dear Ben and Woods, well, fellas, I made it here. Turns out the big guy upstairs is a baseball fan. Like it's very close to what you heard from Pat Murphy.
Yeah. Wow.
Life in heaven's pretty good. The beer is always cold. The sausages never burn, and every seat is in the front row.
Amazing.
All right, so Adam I haven't read it yet. Adam's texted his reaction, I believe. We'll have that for you coming up next. And don't do this. Plus, some audio from one of our favorite college football coaches who lost his mind over the weekend.
Incredible.
Lost his mind.
And lost his accent.
And lost his accent as well.
Yeah.
That is coming up next. Don't go away. Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Oh, man, so good. Very quickly, gang, let me tell you about QC Kinetics. While you are here on Earth and you have not, departed yet, wanted to make sure that you're feeling your very best. If you woke up this morning in severe pain, nagging joint pain, you can feel it bone on bone in your knee. I mean, it's excruciating. And you think, maybe it'll just go away. Look, it might. It rarely does. Typically, it gets worse. So check out QC Kinetics, right? They will take good care of you. They use regenerative medicine, advanced cellular treatments, helps your body heal and restore the damage that you have done to your joints. Not cover it up, not cut it out, actually helping heal and restore. I've done it. I am a client, if you will. I did 1 treatment on my knee. I've done now 6 treatments on my wrists. My wrists are better than ever. We'll be heading to the gym after to lift heavier than I ever have. Couldn't do it without QC Kinetics. It's a smarter, natural way to get your freedom back. No drugs, no long recovery. Bring your MRI, your x-rays. They'll make sure you're a good candidate. Grab the phone right now. Call them today. Locations in Hillcrest and Torrey Hills. 619-614-PAIN. 619-614-PAIN. Once again, 619-614-PAIN. It's QC Kinetics.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
We did get a response from Adam after his letter leaked early before he was actually gone. He said, I didn't even get a shout out to his family.
No, it's a different bit entirely.
Totally.
Completely different.
Shout out to his family.
You get the short one.
Yeah.
Not the full length.
Shout out to his family who's sitting with him at a timeshare presentation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because here on this mortal coil, you still have to sit through those timeshares, and they are not free.
In heaven, they're on the house. Anywhere you want. It's great. It's great.
All right, don't do this. Is brought to you.
Oh, God.
Brought to you by nice job, Paulie, on the size. Brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't
leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
Do
set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com. This is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. And I think if you want, you can write in some letters or messages in that will as well for people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good place to do
when
it.
they're gone. You can do that right there. All right. I will get us started with an update on a DDT that you had from yesterday. Gambling scheme in college basketball, but the details. A Mountain West opponent, Fresno State, in-state rival of San Diego State, and in particular, a threesome of players from last year, forward Michael Robinson, guard Steven Vasquez, and guard Jalen Weaver. Robinson and Vasquez were roommates at Fresno State, and they conspired to wager on Robinson to underperform during a January 7th game against Colorado State.
So me and you get our money together.
Yeah,
I'm the player.
I will have a bad game. We'll bet against me.
All my props.
And we'll clean up big.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty much the classic tale of point shaving. Yeah. 3 prop bets. So they totaled their money, pooled it together. $2,200 placed on the under on Robinson's statistics.
Oh my God.
And they won because he had a terrible game. 3-point score, 2 rebounds, 1 3-pointer, no assist to ensure all of those unders hit, which they did, and they won almost $16,000. But it was flagged immediately by a Nevada sportsbook because, well, people don't usually bet $2,200 on the unders of Fresno State basketball players because that's kind of an insane bet.
Makes sense.
They're always watching, man.
Which is, I think, part of the point here is that while you hear a lot of the criticism of the ease of online gambling and sports books, these were always going on.
Yeah.
But now it's so easy for them to flag with all the digital trails.
Footprints.
Yeah, and they tried to go through a sportsbook trader to try to disguise some of it, but the amounts were undisguisable. No one bets $2,200 on a Fresno State basketball player going under statistics unless they know something. So it's pretty easy for them to catch these guys now when they're doing it, which is why, of course, they all are told, don't do it. Stay away from it. The consequences will be you're done. It's over.
And they
were.
you.
And they're done, and it's over, and they've been banned from NCAA basketball permanently.
That's crazy, man. It's one of those things. You're walking into a bank without a mask on. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're walking into a bank without a mask. They're going to get you,
They're going to catch you.
Holy cow. And it's always greed, right? It's always just a little bit too much greed. If had you done $500, maybe,
maybe.
But I'm sure this kid doesn't want to spend his entire life like, all right, let's do it again. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just it's a bad look. And this is kind of where we are right now. They're going to be watching everything that everybody does. This was pretty interesting audio yesterday. Came out on Sunday, I believe. Brian Kelly in his postgame. Big win for the LSU Tigers.
Over Florida.
And Brian Kelly, he is 3-0 on the young season. A conference victory over Florida. And he approached the podium and was asked a question by WBRZ's Michael Cobble. And I want you to notice a couple of things here. Number one, Brian Kelly is very hot about this win. Now, they won, and he's very mad about any questions. And also, he has lost his Southern accent entirely. He sounds like he's from Boston, which is where he's from.
Brian in the back, I know you love these immediate post-game sessions, but what are you seeing with your offense?
Stop. Really? Whoa. Is that the first question? We won the game 20-10. Try another question. What do you want me to tell you? I just laid it out for you. We played the game to win the game. We played the game to win the game.
All right. How about third down then? What is going on with third down?
It's one game. Okay. Last game, we were great on third down. You're looking at this from the wrong perspective. LSU won the football game. Won the game. I don't know what you want from me. What do you want? You want us to win 70-0 against Florida to keep you happy?
No, I think people want to know why you can't run the ball, quite honestly.
We can run the ball. Did you see the last play of the game? That's all you need. You just need one. There's a ridiculous questions. And I'm getting tired of it. That football team just worked their tail off to get an SEC win, and you want to know what's wrong. You know what? You're spoiled. You're spoiled. This team is 17-1 at night. 17-1. Give them some respect. How about that? Give them some respect instead of micro-analyzing every little thing. This is ridiculous. For a group of seasoned reporters, that kind of question is so out of line.
Wow.
That was a classic overreaction. In my opinion, I think that was a major overreaction. I don't think those questions crossed the line or out of line at all. They've scored 20 points in 3 games, 20 points in 3 consecutive games. Supposed to have a bit more firepower, supposed to be able to run the football a little bit better.
I think the third question, why can't you run the ball, was a little inappropriate. But Brian Kelly had already
asked for it, right? At that point.
You can absolutely ask a legitimate question. LSU has scored 60 points in 3 games, including one against a cupcake like Louisiana Tech.
Yeah.
That's part of the 60. So they're averaging just 20 points a game. Yes, they've won all 3, but that doesn't mean there aren't some issues and problems you need to address. That tends to be the more interesting story. What are you going to do? Hey, great start, 3-0, but what are you going to do to address some of these issues on third down, in the running game, in getting points on the board? Because ultimately, they know, they're SEC reporters. When you have to play Auburn and Alabama and Georgia later in the year, and you score 17 points, you're going to get your doors blown off unless they fix the offense. So
but again,
they're conduits to the fans who are worried about those things.
Again, and the thing is like Brian. Here's the thing: what's with all these managers and coaches acting like they're brand new? It's not his 3rd week on the job. He's been doing this for 100 years. He knows the drill.
And if the Padres were on a 6-game winning streak, but they won every game 2-1 or 1-0, it would still be a legitimate question to go, but what are the issues on offense that are keeping you from scoring so many runs? And you can't answer. But we're winning the games. That's what it's all about. Of course, that's what it's all about. But you're not going to continue to win games like this.
So
I've watched enough baseball. I've watched enough football knowing if you score 17, 20, 23 every single game in the SEC, you're not going to do very well in the end. So what are you doing to fix this before it starts turning into L's?
Before you don't get the dub, right? And
I think that's very legitimate and reasonable.
What does he want it to sound like? All right, I'll open it up for questions. No questions here. You guys are 3-0. You guys ready to pack it up? Let's go get some sandwiches. What are you supposed to ask if you can't be critical at all? What's the press conference? It's just what is it? Just a Circle J? That's what you want? All right, I'm going to unbuckle my pants. Everyone gather around. Is that what you're asking for, Brian Kelly? Give me a better question.
You can't, as a coach. The first question. What was the first question? What's going on with the offense?
Yeah. What are you seeing? What are you seeing from your offense? It's such an easy softball.
Say, well, we had some ups and downs, but we certainly made enough plays to get the job done in the end. Looking forward, I think we have some things that we can build on from this game, including that last play on offense when we scored the touchdown.
We had that great run.
We keep doing more of that.
We'll be fine.
I think we're going to be fine. We're going to be scoring more points in the future. So, a few issues that we need to work on, as every team does in the first couple of games. But ultimately, I'm encouraged by what I'm seeing, and I think we're on an upward trajectory.
It's a great night to be a Tiger.
Same person.
I'm here with my family.
We
are so excited to be in the great state of Louisiana, but more importantly, to be with you great fans.
Yeah. Now play the other one.
Part of what is.
Let me pull it back up. 1 second.
Pull up the other one just to compare. Same person,
same guy,
same person that was just being with the fans.
I would have asked.
Family.
I would have if I was that guy. And the third question, I would go, "What happened to your accent?"
Brian in the back. I know you love these immediate.
Tell you, I just laid it out for you.
We played
the game to win the game.
How do you like them
the
apples?
game to
Be
win
in
the
the
game.
great state of
How about third
Louisiana,
down?
but
What
more
is going on
importantly,
with third down?
But
You guys
it's one game. Last game, we were great on third down.
it's a great night.
You're looking at this from the wrong perspective. LSU won the football
And to
game.
be part of
Won the game.
what is going
I don't
to be
know what you want
an
from me.
incredible
What
ride
do you
here.
want? You want us to win 70-0 against Florida to keep you happy?
No, I think people want to know why you can't run the ball. Quite honestly,
We can run the ball.
That's
Did you see the last play of the game?
after being pushed.
That's all you need.
Well,
You
that's
just
a great
need
way
one.
to get started.
There's a ridiculous question.
So he's saying you only need one good run again. You don't need to be able to run the football. You just break one.
One good run.
Oh man, it's just I feel bad for that reporter.
By the way, Brian Kelly said yesterday that he texted an apology to that reporter.
he maybe
felt
just
like
was
he
hot after the game.
out of line a bit with his response to the questioning.
That was unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable.
Finally, might as well just quick do this.
DD mega do.
I'll make it a do this.
Are you sure?
I think it's.
I
think it's good to be able to not take yourself too seriously. For a team that is at the end of a season, they're not going anywhere. Baseball season's almost over. We've traded away most of our players. We don't have any stars left. This was the Marlins television broadcast over the weekend with their roving reporter, their scan, as it were, walking through the concourses at Lone Depot Park.
Somebody, name a Marlin, get a hot dog. Name a Marlin, free hot dog.
He's
for
walking
Marlin.
around with
Can
hot
you name a
dogs in
Marlin,
his
sir?
Yeah, Sammy Alcantara.
There you go. It's Sandy, but Sammy works.
Also
All right.
Alcantara.
Name a Marlin, get a hot dog. Name a Marlin. Hey, can you name one Marlin? Name one Marlin for
This
one
is their
hot
home
dog.
crowd.
Xavier Edwards.
There you go. You can get a hot dog, sir. Let's move on. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Anybody want to name a Marlin for a hot dog? Tell me. Anybody want to name a Marlin for a hot dog? Sir, can you name a Marlin for one hot dog for free? Just name a Marlin. Xavier Edwards. There we go. We got two Xavier Edwards. We got one Sammy Alcantara. That'll do. Guys, back to you.
I think that's a don't do this. I think
Al, if I'm the owner of the Marlins, I think it's a don't do
Yes.
this. That doesn't make me look very
Isn't it
good.
like a self-own,
I thought
or
for
like
you,
you're,
though,
you're embarrassing
you
your
like
fans.
bits, you like
I do like
trying
bits.
things. That was
Yeah.
definitely trying something.
it's not curing cancer. It's
No.
baseball.
No, but
have some fun
okay,
with it.
if Woods walks around LA and is like, "Hey, name one Dodger,"
I'd give
and,
away no hot dogs, to be honest with you.
like that would be funny.
That'd be
If you're walking around
hysterical.
Petco Park and like trying to embarrass Padres fans, like I don't know, I thought that's a don't do.
I think it was a don't, but whatever you want to do, it's fine by me.
Well, either way, it's don't and do this for Tuesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, if you're driving through Mission Valley right now, past Montezuma Mesa or Snapdragon Stadium, you roll down your windows. Take a little whiff. Is that the scent of desperation that you smell through Mission Valley right now? We'll talk about that coming up next here with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I get to tell you about SDFatLoss.com, my program to lose 40 pounds in 60 days 2 summers ago, but more importantly, my program to keep the weight off for now more than 2 years. I feel better than I did 15 years ago, and it's all thanks to SDFatLoss.com. I had done other programs. I had done the shakes. I had done the bars, and you buy boxes and boxes of these things, and they don't smell very good, and it's really all you eat for weeks and weeks on end, and I lost the weight, and then I went back to real food, and the weight just came right back on. My body was not ready for it. But with SDFatLoss.com, you're losing weight eating regular food from the grocery store. I ate chicken and vegetables. I ate some steak. I ate some ahi tuna. I lost the weight up to 1 pound of fat per day, 10 to 20% of my body weight in just 60 days. But then when I went off the program, I was in maintenance. I was still eating regular foods. I kept the weight off. Such a difference maker. So many tier ones have done the program now and have lost thousands of pounds. You can be the next. Join Chris Ello. Join Matt Scravey. Join Tony Gwynn Jr. Join myself. Go to SDFatLoss.com. Schedule a free consultation. And when you mention my name, Ben from Ben and Woods, here in the month of September, you're going to get $200 off the program right now. Do not wait. Act now. Go to SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Okay, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Welcome back. Ben and Woods, Tuesday morning here on 97.3 The Fan. Jesse Agler coming up in an hour. We'll play the Incorporator. We got Take on Woods to try to qualify for the Sphere Las Vegas, all coming up. But I want to start right now, talk a little Aztecs. Paul, you're San Diego Stater. But before you got to San Diego State, when I grew up here in San Diego, the San Diego State football program was pretty good. They had some star players, Marshall Falk,
Marshall Falk.
Marshall Falk was the big name, but they had year in and year out. They were entertaining. There was battles with BYU and the WAC back in the 80s when I was growing up. The basketball program was a joke, was an absolute joke. It is so weird now that the script has been so completely flipped, and we're so excited about basketball season coming up. Talk not only of San Diego State top 25, but potentially another Sweet 16, Elite 8 type team coming up this year.
I saw some guy yesterday. I meant to send you the tweet. I can't remember his name, but he is as high as he could be. He goes, "Don't be surprised if this is a top 5 team at the end of the year."
I don't like that.
I know. I get it. He goes, "They are the most slept on program in America. They've been doing this. They're built a phenomenal program." It was really, really complimentary.
We talked a couple weeks ago. Their biggest problem is they have too many good players that all need minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they weren't expecting a couple of guys to come back. And that's a pretty good problem to have, I think.
But on the other side of the coin is the football team, which opened the season with the shutout win over an FCS opponent, but then went on the road and did not look good against Washington State. They had a bye this last week. Coming up on Saturday is probably the marquee game on their schedule. They got Cal, Golden Bears, now of the ACC, coming to Snapdragon Stadium, trying to, attract some attention. Cal is actually quite good. They're 3-0, been very impressive. They beat Minnesota in their last game. Off to a really good start. I have not seen the line yet, but my guess would be San Diego State is 20-point underdogs in this game.
At least. Right?
At home. It's certainly a dangerous game for San Diego State. If things don't go well, they could get kind of routed in this game. According to ESPN, only 12.5.
Yeah, I got 11.5 even.
So 13.5 I see somewhere.
I see 12.
So 12. All right. So not quite 2 touchdowns.
I take Cal.
The problem for the Aztecs is it's a chicken and the egg. To make the football program successful, they need to fill Snapdragon Stadium. They need fans. To get fans, though, they need to start winning games, and they haven't been able to do that. So finally, they've gone to the extreme measure this week of basically papering their crowd. They have gone out, and Sean Lewis talked about it yesterday, giving away some tickets in the community, going to different events, and ultimately They've given away 4,000 free tickets to the community. Every season ticket holder is getting an extra 2 free tickets to the game. And the student section, which is usually 5,000 free tickets, they've upped it to 8,000 free tickets. So we're talking basically half the stadium, 35,000. Half the stadium going to be able to get in for free on Saturday to see this game against Cal. Now, if San Diego State comes up with a good performance, an upset win, the thinking is, well, maybe some of those people will come back and buy tickets for the next game. But you're not going to advance your football program very far if you are giving away free tickets to the game and not getting people to actually pay for your product the way they do for the basketball. The basketball tickets are getting more expensive, getting harder to get because no one gives them up. They've added this game against UCLA that isn't even part of the season ticket package so they can pay the players. And guess what?
Scrimmage.
That'll sell out immediately too. They will have no problem selling out Viejas Arena every single game this season. But they can't even give away tickets to the football program. Sean Lewis talked about going out and trying to drum up some interest in his football team yesterday.
Everything's pointing towards a great crowd on Saturday. I know Cal's going to bring some people down, but we also did an awesome job. Hats off to our support staff going out and all of us kind of taking part in an effort and initiative to get out, get some tickets, engage with some different organizations and groups around the community. So having additional just around 4,000 tickets that are out for create a good environment on Saturday night. So need all of Aztec Nation to come out and support. Going to be a great one. All right, went out and did some school last week during the bye. Got some chem class in, got some stats class in to encourage our students to come out as well. Tickets on me, and then also we're giving away some sweet shades as well. So students, if you would come out, we can wear our shades and have a good evening.
So he was going to classrooms.
Yeah, going to classrooms telling. I mean, now this is how Steve Fisher started too. He had no one in his stands, 500 people at games, and he'd walk around campus and hand out free tickets. But that's not what turned San Diego State into a basketball juggernaut. Winning is what turned San Diego State into a basketball juggernaut. You can give away all the free tickets you want. They actually put on a pretty good show. I went to the game last year against Washington State. It's a good show. They do a good job with the game production. It's entertaining. I like Snapdragon Stadium. There's good food. It's easy to get in. It's a good place to watch a football game.
And you're really good at promoting the San Diego State Aztecs football team.
But unless they win.
But it's almost like you should take advantage of every opportunity that you have to promote your new product and your new code.
I don't think it matters.
Not now. It could have a year ago. Could have helped you.
It would have if you had won games. There was some excitement for Sean Lewis coming in last year.
Yeah.
Because they felt like we're going to get a fast-paced offense that's going to score, 30, 40. We may not win every game, but we're going to score 30 or 40
you're saying
points
that
per game.
They don't even need to promote the team, just win football games? Because I disagree massively. You always need every opportunity.
Well, first, they need to win. Then they can promote their team. But you can't promote you cannot successfully promote a
That's
losing
like
product.
saying you're in a brand new morning show and you're not going to promote it until you get ratings. That doesn't make any sense at all. You promote, you push, you promote.
Is it a good show or is it not a good show?
That's right. It's a good show.
You can promote a good show.
That's it.
They don't have a good show yet, though.
You still promote it.
You need to make the show good. I wouldn't want to promote a bad show. If our show was terrible, and it was, by the way, for the first few months.
Yeah, they still promoted it.
I know, but I didn't really want a ton of people. I wanted to get our feet wet a little bit.
RJJ says, you guys wonder why SDSU doesn't like you. Busting them over trying to bring some excitement. At least they're trying. RJJ, I literally offered them our platform. And they said, no, they will never be on your morning show. That's what I'm saying. You have to take advantage of every opportunity that you have. I don't have a grudge, Ghosty. It's not a grudge. It was an offer. It was rejected. You make your bed, you lie in that bed, I think, right? Is that not fair? Isn't that how the world works?
I don't think it would matter, though. If Sean Lewis was coming on our station every single week,
okay,
why? They're not going to win any more games that way.
But
you might win any more games.
You might get people in the stands
once, to test it. And if they go and they watch them get obliterated,
well, so it does.
How is that going to help them?
So it doesn't even matter you need fans in the stands.
Well, it does. If they beat Cal
Can a loud crowd help a home team win football?
It can, yes. And if they beat Cal with a bunch of fans that have been given tickets to the game, it's a genius strategy. It's a genius strategy. If they go and lose 38-7 to Cal, how many of those people are going to want to come back for another game?
I don't know. How was the show? How was the food? Did your kids have a good time?
I don't know.
I mean, you forget I worked for the San Diego Seals. We had to paper some audiences pretty early too. And this
Seals won a lot of games, though.
They did, but I mean, and a good amount for an expansion team. Certainly, they made the playoffs, but the first couple games, people are like, "What is this? What is lacrosse? What is this?" I have no idea. But they promoted it, and they went out last year, and we're going to schools and lacrosse camps and giving out free tickets because you want to get people that are interested in the lacrosse people, get them, their parents.
And I don't even know how much of this is San Diego State's fault. I'll explain why after a quick check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. The crash is finally cleared on northbound 125 at Hamishaw, so speeds are looking better there. Really no other big surprises on our roads at this time in the North County. Still clearing this accident eastbound 76, just past the 15 over to the right shoulder, not really causing much slowing in the area. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Ultimately, college football is a system of haves and have-nots. And San Diego State tried really hard, and I'll give them some credit, building a stadium, trying to get to the haves, trying to join a conference that mattered that wasn't the Mountain West. And it all blew up. Not necessarily their own fault, but because USC and UCLA and left and the Pac-12 dissolved, it all blew up in their face. And now they're stuck in the have-nots. And there's no real path from have-nots to haves at this point. They're going to the Pac-12 next year, but it's not the Pac-12. It's the Mountain West Plus.
You just said winning games is the path to being a have.
If you could win enough games to be like Boise State and get to the college football playoff, there is a tiny, tiny path to becoming a dominant, non-power football team that regularly, every 5 or 6 years, gets to the college football playoff. They haven't even come close to getting to anywhere near there yet. That's the only path. That feels like it's miles and miles and miles away.
I mean, then what's the point of promotion ever? Like, we're going to start a team, and after we win 50 games, then we're going to start promoting.
I'm not saying that there's no point in promotion.
It was short-sighted. You can admit that. It was a short-sighted move.
Where's the hope that things are going to get better?
No idea. No idea.
What are you selling right now?
You said it. I've never seen the show. You said it's a good show. That's what I'd be out promoting and selling.
Sizzle.
100%. They still market bad albums. They still market bad movies.
It's going to a Padres game in the late 1980s, early 1990s. So the team's going to be in last place. There's a Beach Boys concert. There's that's all you're going for.
You're going for an experience.
Take your kids to a college football game.
The
stadiums, though. There's only one way to fill arenas and stadiums in San Diego.
Promote.
You have to win
and promote,
and you have to win. All right, we'll come back. The lineup for Coachella is out.
I've never felt older. I say this every year now.
That and Take on Woods all coming up in our next half hour here on 97.3 The Fan.
halfway home on a Tuesday. Ben and Woods, 97.3. Yes, thank you. 97.3, The Fan. I don't want to be portrayed, guys, as some grudge holder, right? I don't, as it pertains to SDSU football. I am a very reasonable, nice person. I offered my hand a year ago, was slapped away. It wasn't the first time it had been slapped away. It had been slapped away for 7 years. They have a flagship radio station that they associate with. It's their job to promote it. I offered, hey, after they're done with all of their stuff, let us have this new coach. Seems like an interesting guy. Came from Colorado, worked under Prime. That's fantastic. I would love to interview that guy. So we offered it. They said, no thanks. You're not going to come on your show. I said, okay, no problem. And now you need to move tickets. We have a huge show. We have a huge platform. Let me be the bigger person. It's all yours. You let us know. Whenever you want to come in, hang out, I got a seat right there for you. Okay? No problem. That's the kind of guy I am.
You're a very big man.
Thank you. I try to be. I don't have anything against them. I thought it was a short-sighted business decision that hurts their players and their team. Let us help you move tickets. That's what a radio station is for. Like we do it all the time. What a platform. I've been a part of next door when I was at that radio station. Some concerts. It didn't sell well, right? At all. And guess who was out doing what he was doing? Dropping off tickets to local business. I've done it. I know how soul-sucking it is. I've done it.
I mean, it seems obvious, but why do you think we're giving away tickets to see the Eagles at the Sphere? Because they're hoping that if you don't win them, you will go buy tickets to see the Eagles at the Sphere because it sounds cool.
Because it's awesome.
Well, that's what it is. That's how radio works a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's a good platform to help build your brand up. You know, certainly if you have a book to promote, great. Lee Lowenfish, how many copies of his book did he sell after his appearance on Ben and Woods, right?
Like 2.
Which is 2 more than he was going to sell, period. Yeah. So
I don't know, man. It honestly, like, I'm not joking here. This is not tongue in cheek. It bums me out.
Yeah.
Like for the San Diego State program. Like,
you're an alum.
I moved down here fall semester of 2009, 16 years ago. I've been to like 2 San Diego State football games.
Sure.
It was never cool for my friends, at least. Like, I didn't know a lot of people that were going. I didn't have a lot of people, hey, we're going to go tailgate and then come to the game. Like, it's never really been a thing.
Yeah.
Now, that was also like the year San Diego State basketball started to really jump onto the scene.
Sure.
And that was where all the attention was. It bums me out. I never got like the big college football game experience. I'm in fact going next year to a Notre Dame game to get that experience.
You're not invited, by the way. You're not allowed.
Got to fly across the country to get that experience. I was jealous of all my friends. I had a couple friends that like played on some SEC teams. I had friends that went to the University of Washington where they weren't great at the time, but they still had a huge alumni base and every game was sold out. It was a party. It was the place to be on Saturday. That's just never been reality here as long as I've been in San Diego. And it bums me out.
But it doesn't mean
there's a big part of me that wishes they just didn't even build the stadium and they were the Gonzaga of California and they were just a basketball
team. It doesn't mean it's impossible.
But that's the bind they're in.
It is kind of impossible.
And Roberto in the chat says, I'm a huge SDSU fan, but they are a minor league college football team. I had season tickets the first Snapdragon year, but they were overpriced and the team was terrible and getting worse. I hear that a lot. You know, it is expensive. If you're not getting the free tickets this week, it's expensive, but it has to be. They have to pay for the stadium that they built. They spent, $300 million, somewhere around there, borrowed that money, and they're not going to make it up by charging $5 for tickets. They could fill that thing up a little more by charging $5, but it would take them 300 years to pay for the stadium. So they could try to charge more, but people won't come. They can charge less, but that's not enough. The bank's going to go, you're not charging enough. We're going to lose our shirts on our loan that we gave you to build this stadium. They're in a catch-22, and it's a real problem for the school and the athletic department.
And for the coach, though, and I get it, and for the players, nobody wants to play in front of 14 people. You know what I mean? No players like, oh, God, I'm so fired up to play Saturday. And you run out and it's like a smattering of people. You don't want that. You want, even if you're a team that's like not great, but that you have a little potential, a little promise, you want 15, 20,000 people there, which I don't think is much to ask for.
I mean, if I'm an SDSU fan, I'm saving up my money to buy basketball season tickets, of course.
Yeah.
They're expensive, but it's worth it. So if I have a choice, it's an obvious choice. They know that at San Diego State too. You know, it's an obvious choice.
You
I'm
had
to spend my money. I'm going to spend it on the basketball program.
You needed, listen, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube of how you handled it with the opening and the season tickets and Sean Lewis and everything else. You can't fix it now, but you can do the next right thing moving forward. And this isn't, I'm not begging for Sean Lewis to come on the air. I offered it. They said no. They've said no multiple times. But I'm not the kind of person that's like, sorry, pal. I said it at the time, like, hey, man, the door's closed. The door's not closed. The door's open. You can come in and shoot the breeze. I'd love to hear about your experience at Colorado. I think that's fascinating. I'd love to hear about all of these challenges. I could do an hour with Sean Lewis. Well, I'd have an hour's worth of material, but he talks so fast we'd be done in 30 minutes. So he could chew up some clock for us here on Ben and Woods. I'd love to do it, man. I'm not an a-hole like that, Absolutely. This is the chair. You can come sit right here and talk all about it.
They've got my email. We can set that up.
There it is. But I don't think I probably won't reach out.
At
At this point, correct, Paulie. Let's change gears. I mean, speaking of concerts that sell out every single year. Now they do it. Coachella does it a little differently. And they do it like, so they sell these wristbands, Ben. And they don't tell you don't have the foggiest idea of who's playing.
So people have already
crazy.
bought
they're done.
Coachella before
For
they even
26.
know who's,
Don't they go on
who's
sale?
going.
They go on sale like the week after this year's event, back in April or whatever. It's like a week later.
Yeah,
I think Comic-Con's the same way. It's like you practically still in line for this year. You got to get next year's tickets.
Correct. And so you buy these sight unseen, and then that excruciating wait until the announce date.
Let's say if you bought those tickets in May, it's been 4 months that you've just been sitting waiting.
Yeah. Like it would be like me saying, "Hey, we're going on a trip. You and I in 4 months. You might like it, you might not. Pack a bag, and I'll see you at the airport.
You owe me $2,000.
You owe me $2,000, and we're going." And you're like, I had no interest in going to Albuquerque. And I'm like, sorry, buddy. That's where we're going this year. That's where we're heading. That's exactly what Coachella is like. So people already have their wristbands, and again, the trending. It's just trending very, very pop, very, very young. We knew that. Like it's been happening for a while. I have not been in years. When I went, it was perfect for me. It was perfect.
What was your last?
Me.
Who headlined your last Coachella?
I think the last one I went to was not a great one. It was like
15, 16,
maybe.
Somewhere
somewhere. I started dating Hannah in 14. I went that year.
Yeah, I don't think you've gone since we.
Was that the hologram of Tupac year?
I believe it was.
Was it
actually? I believe it was. And I want to say that one was like, look it up if you will, 2014, because I know I was there. Started dating Hannah in February. Went out in April. To Coachella, and I think that was my last one.
That would have been the headliners. On all 3 nights were Outkast, Muse, and Arcade Fire.
Okay, I interviewed Arcade Fire. Now do
Queens of the Stone Age, Skrillex, Calvin Harris.
Look up 15, Paulie.
2015 was AC/DC, Jack White, and Drake.
That was my last one. And Steely Dan, I believe, played in 15. I stayed back at the house. Barely got off the couch that entire weekend, actually. But the lineup has been announced. And if you haven't seen it yet, Friday night, Sabrina Carpenter is going to be your headliner.
I know she's huge right now.
Yeah, she is very, very.
That's a massive, massive get.
She's probably right below Taylor Swift, I would say, in youth popularity at the moment.
She's pretty big.
Yeah.
She's pretty big. The XX, who I enjoy, they're going to be playing. Turnstile, who I enjoy. Ethel Kane, who I think is really talented, is going to be playing. Teddy Swims played up Petco Park, I do believe. Devo is going to be playing.
Good.
Yeah, Whip It real good. Foster the People. Moby is going to be there. Leaky Lee, Groove Armada, Yeah, I mean it's okay for Friday night. Saturday night, you have Justin Bieber headlining.
See, now I thought his time had kind of passed. Is he back?
I think he might be back, Ben.
Okay.
The Strokes, who I love and I've never seen live, will be playing. David Byrne from Talking Heads. Interpol, who I love, they're going to be there. Royal Otis, good band, they're going to be playing. Then it gets very sketchy for me. I don't know a lot of these. Sosa, Yamaguchi, what more? I don't know this. Then
the Lambrini girls are playing.
The Lambrini girls are playing. Paulie, Sunday, I will be honest with you. I've never heard of Carol G with a K. I don't know who that is. Anybody?
Nope.
Young Thug.
Heard of Young Thug.
Iggy Pop.
Okay.
Is going to be playing Sunday at Coachella, which is pretty incredible.
Okay. Carol G is a Latin singer.
Okay. Don't know Carol G.
Don't know. She's very popular.
Okay. Mike Schilt's favorite band is playing on Sunday, Ben.
Now, let me see. Mike Schilt.
Mike Schilt's favorite band.
Jane Remover. No.
No.
Oh, no. I know. Wet Leg.
Nope.
French
there it
Police.
Is. Bunt.
will be playing.
Bunt, all in caps.
That's correct.
Bunt will be playing.
How fantastic is that?
It's great, Schilt. I'm so glad that I get to see. Well, I don't, but other people get to see Bunt.
I love that.
Live.
It's really cool.
It is. I'm going to look up this band. Oh, Bunt was formerly a duo with Wojcik and Nico Crispin. Crispin left in May of 2021, and after Crispin left,
that was heartbreaking.
Wojcik.
Did they sacrifice
Team
him?
Crispin?
Team Crispin forever. I think it's a German electronic folk DJ.
Oh, so it's Bunt.
Oh, Bunt.
Bunt
is the German language for colorful. The German word for colorful. That's his Bunt?
That's Boot.
Boot, sorry.
With the chain smokers.
All right. Suicidal Tendencies is playing that. They're going to have 14 people at their show. I mean, that's one of the best thrash bands of all time. There's going to be like 14 people there. It's just different. It's just different. They have tried to add, a little bit of rock and roll.
I mean, they got look,
anywhere,
they have a little bit of everything.
Anywhere Iggy Pop is pretty cool. David Byrne too. I mean, that's pretty big. I always worry about those guys. Like Iggy Pop's such a legend, and you worry that he's going to be on some side stage at 3 p.m. and he's going to be up there doing his thing with his shirt off, and there's going to be 20 kids there. Or like 20 dads that brought their kids to Coachella to go see a legend like Iggy Pop. But probably a pretty good payday for him. But yeah, this is Coachella. So you do see it though, Ben. Now you will see maybe a rash of people selling their wristbands because they didn't like the lineup that came out. That
and there's going to be a lot of people
that want to buy
scooping them up.
Yep. Once you hear, some 16-year-old girls like, oh my God, Justin Bieber and Sabrina Carpenter,
No.
I'll take them off your hands. And but yeah, so it is Coachella is happening, and that's the lineup. I can't even imagine the logistics into putting that thing together every year.
Band names are fascinating.
They are fascinating.
February.
Yeah.
Bob Baker Marionettes. Heard of Bob Baker Chevrolet.
You'd like it. It's Bob Baker. He does a puppet show there.
Ooh, Hot Mulligan. That's a golf related one.
So good.
Creepy Nuts.
Say that. Gordo. Max Dean and Luke Dean.
Die Spitz.
Die Spitz?
Die Spitz.
Freak Slug.
Little Sims. Roixop.
Oh, they're good.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're really good. Like a dancey type scene.
It's always one of my favorite segments every year.
Mine too. Pink Pantheress.
Clips.
Whoa, that was close.
Like Eclipse, but without the E. Clips.
Yeah, because nobody likes vowels. Yeah. All right.
Remember we got
New Dad.
Geese.
Geese.
We've gotten good drops over the years from this segment.
Yeah, we have.
King Gizzard.
Pink Panther.
Ramstein or Rammstein.
Fantastic.
I've heard of Pink Pantheress.
Somebody just said they're really good.
I
All right.
Peloton to Pink
Have
Pantheress
you?
the other day.
Get
Yes.
out of here. Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Major Lazer is back.
They're good. They're good too. Clips are hip hop royalty, Jay says. All right, I'm going to check out Clips. I also learn a lot.
Flesh water. The two lips.
Juiced.
Sexy red.
She's very popular.
How he reads it is incredible.
Blood orange.
Yeah, blood orange. It's good.
Turnstile.
Turnstile's amazing. Amazing. All right. Well, there's your Coachella lineup.
All right. We got a lineup for Coachella.
Yes,
when
we
is
do.
it again?
It is it'll be in April.
April
10th.
So we got
to
we got a ways to
Yeah,
go.
we got to wait.
All right. Speaking of musical acts, I just mentioned them a second ago. We've got the tickets to Eagles at Sphere Las Vegas up for grabs. Our grand prize for the month on Take on Woods. If you want to be our contestant today, got a new musical trivia contest coming your way. Up next, you can call now, 833-288-0973. Paulie's going to unlock the lines momentarily. You'll have your chance to get in, 833-288-0973. We'll pick one contestant to go head-to-head versus Woods to try to qualify for the trip to Las Vegas, the stay at the Venetian, $100 gas card, and more. All coming up next. Then Jesse Agler at the bottom of the hour as Ben and Woods continues here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, new week starting here. Week 2 done, week 3 underway. For Prize Picks is your way to play fantasy sports every single day, setting your own lineups. It's very easy to do. Between 2 and 6 players, you're just picking stat projections more or less, like Saquon Barkley, more or less than 1 rushing touchdown. Josh Allen, more or less than 270 passing yards. Set your own lineups and win. Make sure you look for those discounted projections. They are kind of the easy wins to add to your lineups each and every week. Go small, like 2 or 3, to try to win quickly, or go big for the big score, 5 or 6 players together in your Prize Picks lineup every single week. Just make sure that when you download the app at prizepicks.com, you're using the code KWFN, because they're going to give you $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. $5 of your money, $50 of theirs right into your account, so you can play for week, 2 weeks. Hey, if you win, I was playing on my initial 50 for months and months. If you do well, $5 from you, $50 lineup from them by using the code KWFN when you download the app. At Prize Picks, lots of winners all over the place, billions of dollars in awarded winnings. It's safe, it's easy. You can use Apple Pay, Venmo, MasterCard for your account, both withdrawals and deposits at Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
I wonder if Jesse Agler has seen the awful announcing rankings of the top baseball radio play-by-play crews. They, of course, named number one. Don and Mud got the number one ranking when they did the TV cruise a couple of weeks ago. I'll save that. We can let Jesse know if he hasn't seen it yet when he joins us coming up at the bottom of the hour.
Yes.
He's seen it already?
I'm sure he has. Okay. Tweeted about it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Well, he should be proud.
He should be.
We'll hold on to that, though, because it is time right now to play a little Take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarms, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you and we got Sean, I believe, today. Sean, you're the lucky contestant. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, if you can beat or tie Woods in 5 questions of musical trivia, you will be entered into our grand prize drawing for the trip to Las Vegas to see the Eagles at the Sphere, including 2 tickets to the show on January 30th, a 2-night stay at the Venetian Resort, a Vibey VIP package, and a $100 gas card. You can get your tickets to the Eagles residency, total of 48 shows through January 31st at Ticketmaster.com. Woods has left, so to give you the advantage, you get to pick our category. Here are the choices today. We got a mystery category. The 2-second song, 1-word answer will appear in all the other 4 answers. That's all I can give you there. We got the living room, 5 song titles that include the word living or livin' in the title. And our new all 2-second song category is called an eye for an eye. 5 song titles with the word eyes. So those are your choices, a mystery category, the living room, or an eye for an eye. What's it going to be?
Go living room.
Living room. All right. Today, again, we're looking for 5 songs that all include the word living or livin' in the title. You have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. If you don't know an answer, say pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First question is our 2-second song. Polly will play you the music. You need to give me the song title and the artist to score that point, and then we'll go on from there. Sean, are you ready to play?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Paul, you good to go?
I'm ready.
All right, the category is the living room. Sean, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Woods.
That's Livin' La Vida Loca, Ricky Martin.
Correct. Working class couple Tommy and Gina are the subject of which rock classic by Bon Jovi?
Living on a Prayer.
Correct. Which patriotic hit by James Brown was featured in the movie Rocky IV when Apollo Creed enters the ring?
Pass.
ELO sings What a Terrible Thing to Lose in the chorus of which 1976 hit?
It's a living thing.
Correct. The death of his father was Mike Rutherford's inspiration for writing which reflective 1988 hit for Mike and the Mechanics?
Pass.
Which patriotic hit by James Brown was featured in the movie Rocky IV when Apollo Creed enters the ring? Time's running out.
Living in the USA.
Oh, so close. The death of his father was Mike Rutherford's inspiration for writing which reflective 1988 hit for Mike and the Mechanic. We were running out of time. Living in America was James Brown,
So
and the
close.
Living Years was Mike and the Mechanics. That's 3. We'll see if that's good enough for at least the tie, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure, Sean. We'll find out. Here comes Woods. Gets the same 5 questions. No category, though. He's got to figure it out on his own. 60 seconds on the clock, Woods. Your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Sean.
La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin.
I need
Livin'
more.
La Vida Loca by Ricky
Correct.
Martin.
Working class couple Tommy and Gina are the subject of which rock class?
Living on a Prayer.
Correct. Which patriotic hit by James Brown was featured in the movie Rocky IV when Apollo Creed?
Living in America.
Correct. ELO sings What a Terrible Thing to Lose in the chorus of which 1976 hit?
Pass.
The death of his father was Mike Rutherford's inspiration for writing which reflective
The
1980?
Living Years.
Correct. ELO sings What a Terrible Thing to Lose in the chorus of which 1976 hit?
The Living Taint.
No, it's a living thing.
The Living Thing.
But 4, and I will give you Livin' La Vida Loca with more information, is
Isn't
good
that
enough
what
to
I
win
said?
4-3. You said La Vida Loca, and I said I need more information.
And I said Livin' La Vida
clarified.
Loca.
And you're right.
What did he get?
3.
Ooh.
I know, that's why it was tough. It was tough. You didn't get anything wrong, though. I just needed more information.
That's fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jeopardy, they would said, can I get a little
Get a
more?
little-
Yeah, I think that
He
was
would've- he
definitely.
would've
I
gotten
felt
it.
good about the clarification there. You didn't get anything wrong. I just needed more information.
Big Mike and the Mechanics fan.
Yeah,
Bet you are. I bet you are.
that is my kind of jam.
That is. Every Mike and the Mechanics fan laughs like that. Every single one. Man, I was like, I'm not a big Genesis fan. They're like, you know what? We're going to split off and do another band. Not Peter Gabriel. Well, he was. Phil Collins went solo,
Yeah.
and then the other guys went and did Mike and the Mechanics, and it was a rough time for your old pal Woodsy back then. It really was. Not you though. You were thriving.
All right, we got Jesse Agler coming up next. Ranked the number 2 broadcast team in all of baseball.
Nothing
That is
wrong with
incredible.
silver, baby.
2.
Incredible. Jesse will join us from New York City when we come back for the Incorporator next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, Woods and I want to remind you, it is wildfire season.
Oh, boy.
And that means the danger is high right now, which also means SDG&E is going to be looking out for us with the potential of public safety power shutoffs.
Yeah, listen, they only do it as a last resort. They know how inconvenient it is to be without power, decision they don't take lightly. But so we know that it happens. It happens every single year around this time. They want to make sure that you are safe. So you need to have an emergency kit prepared, a plan, and make sure they have your most up-to-date contact information should they need to contact you in case of an emergency.
Yeah,
Ben.
here's how it works. Well, first of all, they'll start the process up to 10 days in advance with their team of meteorologists to forecast when fire conditions are really going to be dangerous. Then starting 2 to 3 days in advance, you can alert customers who have put their information in at sdgne.com/notify or downloaded the Alerts by SDG&E app. That way you'll be up to date when the power might be shut off.
Yep.
And you'll also be notified immediately when the power goes back on.
Also very important.
Safe to use your appliances and lights and stuff.
That's right. Very simple. Go to sdgne.com/notify or download the Alerts by SDG&E app today.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Through the Fan is brought to you by the Adams Avenue Street Fair, September 20th and 21st. San Diego Foundation presents the Adams Avenue Street Fair, September 20th and 21st. I just said that. The free family-friendly festival in Normal Heights features 75 musical acts, carnival rides, beer gardens, festival foods, and 300 unique exhibitors. Do you have a list of all 75 musical acts?
I do not.
Like
what are the dates again?
Coachella, September 20th and 21st.
Got it. Okay.
Sabrina Carpenter?
Possibly.
Bunt.
Bunt. We've got Jesse Agler standing by from New York City. We will go to him right after a check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danek.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Just a few things to mention here. Crash on northbound 805 before the 54. Everything's been moved over to the right shoulder. And eastbound 8 before College got a collision involving several vehicles. That's all over the right shoulder. Tow trucks on scene assisting with that. East 8 before 2nd Street got a collision involving a couple vehicles. That is mostly in the center divide. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danek with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
You know, sports fans, sometimes we're trained to think that anything less than a championship is failure. So in that instance, Jesse Agler and Tony Gwynn Jr. have failed.
Oh my God!
Because they're the number 2.
Jesus,
they're the number 2 radio broadcast team in the country, according to Awful Announcing. When in reality, of course, given the level of competition, the Hall of Famers that they finished ahead, like Tom Hamilton, I mean,
crazy.
It's an unbelievable compliment and accomplishment, and it's well deserved. And congratulations to both of you, Jesse, on quite the ranking there.
Yeah, that was something to wake up to. Was not expecting that. I'm gonna be serious for a couple minutes here on this. First, with the caveat that it's like, it's a very unscientific online poll.
Right.
So I do want to throw that out there. But like, if you're gonna finish second to somebody in life, finish second to John Miller in announcing baseball
every day.
Let's start there because John I have is like 1A and 1B with Vin Scully, truly, and someone I've been privileged to get to know, and what a cool thing that is. Beyond that, to be like in the company of some of the people that we are in is like kind of like I got a little emotional reading it this morning because like I grew up idolizing these people, idolizing them. Like you guys know this about me. Like this is all I've wanted to do since I was 7 years old, and like to be like in the conversation with people like that is like holy crap, kind of a little bit out there. And so thank you to everybody who voted in the thing, like everybody who listens and enjoys what Tony, Dave, and I do and scans and everybody else who's a part of it. And the only other thing I want to say about that is that you guys, Ben, Steve, Paul, and all your listeners, you're a big part of this. You guys shine more light on our broadcast than anybody else. You play the highlights every single morning. You talk about us. We do the Incorporator. We goof around every Tuesday morning. So you guys are a huge part of why we're having the success that we're having. And I sincerely thank all of you.
No,
truly.
Thank you, man. The fact that you've come on this program almost since its inception, every Tuesday. I mean, like maybe missed 3 times in like 7 years. It is something that everybody looks forward to the most. Who is Steve, by the way? You mentioned a guy named Steve. I'm not unfamiliar with this person. I've never.
Did I say Steve?
You did.
Dave, I guess Dave. Steve Marcus, the producer.
Steve Marcus, Dave Woods,
Ben, Steve, and Paul.
Ben, Steve, and Paul, which is so good.
Oh, you?
Oh, me?
No one ever calls him Steve.
He's talking about himself.
I was talking about myself, Jesse.
Steve.
Man, it was awesome to see. And yeah, John Miller. I mean, who's better than that guy, dude? I miss
Not
him.
me.
I miss him. As Ben pointed out. Well, congrats on the pennant, I guess. You want a pennant. That's pretty good.
Get to the finals.
I don't know, man. They're in the division.
That's true. You're never going to meet them for the World Series title, but
I mean,
it's
number 2.
I know how you feel, Jesse. Like, is Tom Hamilton going to call you up for a little advice on how to move up from his number 5 slot?
Not.
I mean, Hall of Famer. He's unbelievable. But you're right. It's such an honor to be up there, and it shows you because the TV crew, which you're part of as well, was ranked number 1 earlier this year. Padres fans love their broadcast teams like no other teams. Really, Padres and Giants probably love their broadcast teams the most. Mets are really popular.
And you know what, Benny, that's the perfect way to put it, because you didn't say they have the best broadcast teams. You said the fans love them the most. And that is like the key thing to the whole thing. It's not that anybody is technically the best or the worst or whatever. It's the way we try and connect with the fans. And I think every single one of us, TV and radio, we understand, and I know we do because we talk about it. We understand the importance of that piece of it. And like that's the game, is feeling as connected to the fans as possible. And, you know, that means everything from like shaking hands and kissing babies at spring training or at the ballpark, but like also broadcasting in a way that works for this fan base and kind of understanding the zeitgeist almost here in San Diego. And like, we really do put a lot of thought into making sure that we feel like we're doing the best job for this fan base, and to see the fan base respond like that is very gratifying. And the love that we feel is really incredible.
Is someone giving you incorporated words to do on our show now, like zeitgeist?
Zeitgeist. Yes, it's a good one. I rarely, when I think about the rigors and grind of the 162, rarely do I get jealous. You know, I'm like, Jesse's on that plane and he's on those buses and it's those 4 a.m. checking into the hotel. I really don't get jealous, except when you guys go to New York City. And I saw Don posting yesterday from Central Park. It looked incredible. You and Tony went up to see our pal Ryan Cohen up at the John Boy compound. What is that place like?
Really cool. So yeah, I mean, busy day yesterday. It was about a 4 a.m. bedtime Sunday night / Monday morning. Got up early enough to go have a really nice lunch with some people. And then, after lunch, went to John Boy, and Ryan gave us the VIP tour. I'm a huge fan of their operation, as I know you guys are, going way back, you know, really to when they kind of burst onto the scene. I thought they were filling a void in sort of like the baseball media landscape that needed to be filled. And, you know, it's like a nonchalant office building in Midtown. They've got a whole floor, and they got like 50 people crammed in there now, 50 people working there. And we're talking to Jimmy, John Boy himself, Jimmy O'Brien, and he's like, we're already looking for like a bigger space. And just so cool to see the way that thing has taken off and the way they've really sort of professionalized it and turned it into a legitimate like media operation. Like it's a real deal thing. And Ryan, who's as wonderful a human being as exists in the world, gave us the full VIP tour. We hung out, talked, nerded out about all things baseball, argued about some stuff. I took some digs at the Yankees, and it was really fun. And then dinner last night with one of my best friends from college and his 2 little kids who are like the same age as my kids, and that was kind of wholesome and wonderful. And spilling pasta all over my lap, that kind of thing. And it was a nice day, beautiful summer evening too, which always helps. So New York is special for sure.
Jesse, let's talk a little baseball. Such an interesting time of year now, such an interesting series. Padres are, pretty good shape when it comes to the postseason. Magic numbers down to 6, but now just 2 games behind the Dodgers. Just kind of give me your sense of where things stand right now as they head into this series against the Mets, a desperate team trying to hold on to their playoff position.
Yeah, I mean, the Mets are obviously reeling a little bit. They had the walk-off on Sunday, but my friend who I had dinner with last night is a hardcore Met fan, and his son is now 8 and also super into it. And all he kept saying was, "Can you please take it easy on us? Can you please take it easy on us?" If you would like some kind of look into the psyche of the Met fan right now, it's been an ugly couple weeks for them. We said this, I think, on Sunday. I might get it off by like one number, but it was like on Monday last week, I think the Phillies magic number in the East was 12 or 13. And then going into Sunday, like not even a week later, it was 1. And obviously the Phillies clinched last night. I've never seen a magic number dive like that over the course of a week, basically. And that's how good the Phillies have been. And I know there was a 4-game series between them in there, but I mean, still just kind of an unbelievably bad week for the Mets. And they're hanging on for dear life. You got the Giants and the Reds and the Diamondbacks all kind of breathing down their necks at the bottom of the wild card standing. So they are a desperate team. Does that mean a good thing for them or a bad thing from them? Obviously, we'll see in the next 3 days. But, the Padres are going to roll King, Pivetta, Vasquez out there in these 3 games, and that, feels like a pretty good thing. Sounds like the Mets are going to do kind of a piggyback deal tonight with Holmes and Minaya. So, I mean, look, Padres are playing good baseball. The power is starting to tick up a little bit. I'm kind of curious if that's a real thing or if that was just sort of a playing the Rockies a bunch thing. Obviously, we'll see this week. But yeah, this is a fun series. I mean, these are two teams playing for an awful lot. We'll see obviously how the rest of the week goes for the Dodgers as well. But I mean, in a couple of days, the landscape of the playoff picture could certainly be different.
Well, you know what's funny? Talking to Jesse Agler here on Ben and Woods this morning, I made the point yesterday of I understand it's the Rockies and they're not a very good baseball team. They don't have a ton of talent up and down their lineup, but they still have guys that throw 95 and 95, 97, and Manny was punishing mistakes. Toddy was punishing mistakes.
Yeah.
Merrill was punishing mistakes. A 95-mile-an-hour mistake is a 95-mile-an-hour mistake, no matter who throws it, right? You still got to hit it, and you got to get good wood on it. They did that. You'd love to see that continue in New York because I do think, the path to success is the sluggers on this team slugging, and you're seeing it. You're seeing it. It really doesn't matter who's throwing, Jesse. It's not, they're not hitting him off ephus pitches, and the Rockies don't come out and throw 67 miles an hour. You know what I mean? They're still like good arms out of the bullpen. Their mentality that they have had at least the last couple games of let's crush these mistakes, punish them. It's worked, and for us to win, I think that needs to continue to work.
I think it's interesting too because you kind of hit on something I know we've talked about a lot the last couple of years, which is the success or not that this team is going to have is really much, much more about the team in the mirror, not the team on the other side.
Right.
Because they have the talent to beat anybody. They do. Like, that's not overstating it. Like, this is as talented a team as there is in all of Major League Baseball. And so when they're performing in a peak way, they can beat anybody.
Correct.
It's hard to all be kind of peaking at once. And that's sort of the secret sauce of maybe winning a World Series is that you get to October and your big dogs are big dogging. And then you're also getting some, higher than anticipated production from another guy or two, right? Your random Eddie Rosario or whoever it might be. And that's kind of like the magic formula that you need. And there's no way to create it. It doesn't seem. It's just kind of a matter of hope and luck a little bit. But you're right. I mean, like step one is getting your big dogs to be big dogs. And it looks like maybe, that's kind of where we're at right now.
I know weather can be iffy on the East Coast this time of year,
Sure.
but so far so good. What's the forecast like?
Today, going to be beautiful. There's a front blowing in tomorrow. It's going to cool off a touch with some rain. What that means for baseball, we'll wait and see. You know how it is here too. I mean, you could have thunderstorms at Yankee Stadium and clear skies at Citi Field. So it's we'll see. I think it's going to be tomorrow. Very much take it as it comes. There's definitely rain in the area in the forecast as that cold front blows through. But 7-10 game I think tomorrow. Local time, maybe we get lucky, maybe we don't, we'll see. And then the day game on Wednesday should be fine. But yeah, tomorrow it sounds like, just kind of look around, see how it goes and try and get it in.
Now, New York, Chicago is an elite week,
Ooh,
especially
the food,
especially one that could end with some champagne maybe by the end of the week too, if everything goes well for your Padres. Before we let you go, Jesse, as you said, the incorporator, part of what you do with us each and every Tuesday, give you the word that you've got to work into tonight's Padres Mets broadcast, and tonight's word is
Synecdoche.
Oh.
Now, not the city in New York.
That's Schenectady.
Schenectady.
No, this
AAA Schenectady.
Schenectady.
This is a literary device / figure of speech, synecdoche, in which a part represents the whole.
Like I got to go up. I don't, but I might. Like I got to go talk to the suits today.
Or all hands on deck, referring to the actual people who work on the ship, not just the hands.
She's showing us her new wheels, right? Does that make sense?
It's really a car, not just wheels.
Right.
But you're not.
I think you guys stumped.
We don't
Jesse
need
Agler.
you. We don't need you to do synecdoche. You actually have to say the word synecdoche.
Synecdoche. It's so hard.
Okay. All right. We might get creative with that.
All right. Good. Do it.
Yeah.
Can't wait, man. Cannot wait. Congratulations again. Well-deserved honor for you guys. And tell Tony we said the same. And, just proud to know you guys. And it was awesome, man. Awesome to wake up to that news, I'm sure.
Same again. Back to you guys. I know you're having great success also. And again, I think, you guys are a huge, huge part of why we feel as connected to our fans and vice versa as anything. And so much love to you guys and all the tier one.
Oh, and before you go, because a lot of people in the chat have asked, and I don't know the answer, the fourth person in the picture with Ryan Cohen, you, Tony Gwynn Jr., it's not Dave Marcus. I know that.
I want to know who the fourth
They
shooter
want to know
is.
who that is.
So he's his name is Jim McHugh. And Jim he's kind of like a video scout type, thing. He does a bunch of jobs, on the coaching staff, but he's not a coach technically. He's more like, video and stuff like that. Jim is you would love him. He's very much kind of like us. He was on Jeopardy when he was like 12 years old.
Wow.
On Kid Jeopardy, not adult Jeopardy, to be clear. And so Jim is one of, kind of the 1,000 unsung heroes that most people don't know about, who make, this team do everything that it does, just kind of grinds it out in the back, video scouting, all that kind of thing. But he is hilarious and brilliant. And, somebody I hang out with.
I want to meet Jim.
Yeah,
now.
I would like to
All
meet
right,
Jim
thank
too.
you for answering that question.
Next time you're down, come on by, and I'll make sure you get introduced to Jim. He's from Portland, Maine. He's like, I don't know, 28 years old, 29 years old, but he acts like he's 50.
Jesse, we gotta go.
We're out of time, Jesse.
Love you. Love
Talk
you.
to you
Love
next
you.
Tuesday.
Love you.
Yep.
Tony Gwynn Jr. here from Gwynn and Chris.
joining us from New York City.
He all teared up, man. He was all sweet.
He was very sentimental about thanking Padres fans for voting for him and Tony Gwynn Jr. and Bob Scanlon as the number 2 radio broadcast team in all of baseball, according to Awful Announcing.
I take that, man.
Absolutely.
Again, it's the legends that that are behind you. Where did Joe Davis fall?
He was on the TV side.
Oh, that's right. He's on the TV.
But
Where did he fall? He was like
smoked.
Weren't they like 8th or something?
Yeah, somewhere near the bottom of the top 10, I think.
I think for the 8th place vote. Human ambulance.
Got our friend Casey Stern going to talk a little Mets, host of the Unfiltered podcast, coming up at 9:35 this morning.
Forgot about that. I love Casey
as well.
I'm so excited. I'm talking forever.
We had pointed out in our chat, did not hear this yesterday. Paulie's going to look for the audio. We may find it. We may not find it. But apparently, and I have nothing in the world but sympathy for this man, but did Tony Gwynn Jr. fell asleep during one of their commercial breaks yesterday doing the show from New York.
It's incredible.
And then apparently was out. Like Elo brought it back and he had dozed off.
Like so because he's in his hotel.
Because Jesse said they didn't get back there until 4 a.m. You know, doing all this travel.
So was Elo like, "Hey, hello," and he's just
he's got his headphones on and
was he on
that's what
camera?
I'm imagining.
People were listening. They said, "Yeah, he did. He scared us." Yeah, that's scary. You come back and just laid
Trying
out.
to find where it was.
Now, everyone knows back in the day, especially when I was staying up until 1 a.m. every single day,
he did it.
I often fell asleep during breaks, but I'm sitting here so Woods and Paul can wake me up before we come back.
I would be in
from
the middle
break.
of talking and he'd be dozing. I'm like, "Hey."
Oh, he was on the YouTube, but he was off the camera.
I'm skimming through their show trying to find this. It sounds like, did Tony get locked out of his hotel room?
Oh, that's the worst feeling of all time. Of all time. Probably ran out to get some ice or something. Oh my gosh. They couldn't.
All right. We have not heard back from him. He is still not back in his room.
I bet you he is standing in line in the lobby as we speak.
Trying to get his key back.
That's what
Someone
he's
said text
guessing.
Jesse or Dave, but
he wasn't locked out. He was just asleep. He was there.
I think it may be both.
Both.
I don't think so.
They said it was over a 30-minute ordeal. He laid down at the commercial break and fell asleep. Phone was ringing. He didn't wake up. He was asleep. He wasn't locked out. He fell asleep.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love it. He's like, I'm gonna get just 5 minutes to shut up.
Man works hard.
Just 5 minutes.
Late hours, lots of travel. I completely understand. You got a bed sitting there, looks really nice. Yeah, we got 5 minutes commercials here. I'm just gonna take just close my eyes just for a second.
It's excruciating actually to be doing it from your hotel room when you're so exhausted. You're like, what if I just bring the gear over and lay down?
It's so tempting. I just need a minute. I just need a minute to lay down.
That's incredible. That is incredible. They were yelling, "Call Klug, call Klug." That's pretty scary, though. If they're like, "Hey, man, he was here and now he's not." Holy cow, that's great.
All right, we've got Casey Stern at the bottom of the hour. Paulie, though, has got some good stories for us today. It is time for the Rindle Report.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Rindle Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Rindle Report with Paul Rindle.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Rindle Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Still trying to figure out. I don't know exactly.
I got a picture.
What happened?
from Adam?
What the timeline of events was? Yeah, I'm going to put that picture up right now.
There's a camera. The camera was on in his room.
Yeah, his YouTube
and he's
camera
just
was
not
on.
there.
He
Oh
just
my
was not. And no more. He's not in the box anymore.
People are saying Artie Lang in the chat. Now, Tony Gwynn Jr. is not Artie Lang. I'm not worried about Tony Gwynn Jr. grabbing heroin when he was in New York and falling asleep because of a heroin nod-off. He was tired, right? He flew in early.
So there's a camera just fixated on his room.
It's gravy, hello, and just an empty box in a hotel room in New York.
That's unbelievable. That's so good. It's so good. It's a good bit.
Oh,
It's a really good bit.
I would drive me crazy.
The panic that he must
like
have
he's not
felt.
answering.
Where
is he okay?
Is he okay?
Like,
remember that I did a rabbit hole about that the Hotel Cecil in LA where they had that girl get in the elevator and then nobody ever saw her again. Remember that? And they found her in like a water tank. You don't know what's going on. It's New York, man. Now I bet you they're staying at a very nice hotel. Nothing to worry about. But holy cow, you just never know. Yeah, he laid down. Clinton said it's the best radio. We were locked in, waiting for the return of Tony Gwynn.
What the hell happened? Are you okay?
So good. It's so good.
Would you fall asleep during the next
no problem.
We'll lock you out of the studio.
No problema.
All right, let's get started here. I just got 2 stories for you guys. I think we can really dive into both of these here pretty well. So the first story is sportsy a little bit.
Sure, it's competition.
Sports-ish.
Yeah,
sports-ish.
Sports-ish.
I'm trying to remember the great fishing story. This was probably 2 years ago.
Maybe more.
Maybe even more. A couple years ago. Do you guys remember the story of the fishing competition?
Oh, how could you forget?
People were caught cheating. They were putting lead weights inside of their fish to make them appear to weigh more than they did.
Yeah.
There was an audio clip that I can't find it, but it took me like 69 hours to bleep everything out. These guys lost their minds.
Yeah, the prize was like $5,000 and a new bass boat in this big fishing competition. And these dudes had cheated their way to a title. They were
force-fed the fish lead weight. So when they weighed it, they would win the competition.
Yeah.
For heaviest fish caught.
And they caught them like in the act at the tournament. They didn't find out later. So the mob had circled around and they're like, kill him. Like they wanted these guys dead. We laughed so hard when we played that clip. And you're sitting there going, really? You cheated at a bass fishing tournament? Okay.
I'm trying to find it.
This is one better though. This is truly incredible.
It's very similar to that story, but we're talking about what is it officially called? The World Stone Skimming Championships.
The WSSC.
Everyone's done this. Go down to the lake. You pick up a rock. You try to find like across the water.
The smooth circular flat stone, and you just whip it across the lake.
What's your best, Ben?
Probably like
3,
maybe 4 or 5.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not bad.
All right.
Probably got right around there, 4 or 5.
I'm not a champion, but
no.
You get the one that just right into the.
Oh, yeah, that happened a lot.
Very cool. Thanks, guys. Hopefully, no girls were watching it.
A couple of years ago, we had to go to a wedding up in Washington, and we had to take a ferry to another island. And so we were sitting there waiting for the ferry to arrive. We're walking down. The low tide. You can walk around the water. And my wife had never skipped a stone like that.
Oh, I bet it was comedy gold.
I got the video somewhere on my phone. She picks one up and just chucks it. It goes right into the water, just splash. Like she goes, "Did I do it?" I'm like,
"You did it. You nailed it, babe.
You tried.
You crushed it.
You tried. I'll give you that one."
Just overhand, just 4-seamer into the mud and water.
Yes, we've all done it. Stone skipping. The 2025 championships were hit with some controversy. This is according to the BBC here. There were over 2,200 competitors.
Wow.
And there were a few people that were found to be using, quote, suspiciously circular stones that would bounce better across the water.
Of course.
It says here, according to the rules, stones must come from naturally occurring island slate and fit through a device called the Ring of Truth to ensure that they are the right size, which is no bigger than 3 inches in diameter. I kind of picture it like one of those metal like shoe size, like you put your foot in and it closes to like measure your size of your foot. They kind of do that with the rock, make sure it fits, and it's legal. And it has to come from the natural island slate.
Okay? I would imagine that part of being a championship stone skimmer, I assume distance and number of skips it's probably how they're judging, how they, score the competition. But a big part of the competition is picking the right stone.
Stone selection.
I mean, I would say that's you probably the majority.
This isn't a sport where you go to Callaway and you get fitted for the right stone just for you.
And you get it back.
You got to walk along the shore and you got to find the right one that you think is going to win you this competition.
Paulie's playing video. This girl, I don't know what she's
so
really
she
good.
won.
She won
the female competition. but that's just kind of an idea of what it looked like. She had a couple like major hops in her first couple of skims, I guess they call it. I always call it skipping stones, but I guess it's skimming stones. But yeah, several competitors were disqualified for tampering with their stones to make them more circular, which of course could and would most likely help them bounce across the water.
Got a rock blanket from Red.
Yeah.
Gave you one and you polished it up.
The championship's organizer, Dr.
Aerodynamic.
Yes.
Dr. Matthews told BBC News the offenders had held their hands up and ultimately apologized for cheating. He said there was a little bit of stone doctoring. They had shaped it so that it was perfectly circular and fitted our 3-inch measure. You don't want to fit in the 3-inch measure.
You actually don't.
No, you really don't.
That's a problem.
As it's a piece of metal, I don't think we can blame the device too much. The problem was we just did not notice at the time that they were suspiciously circular. So they were shaving these rocks down.
A rock blanket for real.
Yeah.
Like just like
Bill Necro pulling out the
emery board.
The emery board. Yeah.
Now I don't know exactly how the competition is judged. I would have first assumed it's how many skims,
distance, height, maybe on the
They
skips.
say here in this story, the event was ultimately won by an American, Jonathan Jennings, who managed to skim his stones for a total of 177 meters.
Okay.
So they're going more distance.
Question.
Which I guess you can't get the distance without the skips.
You throw it once, you don't ever get it back.
Right.
These are one use.
One and done.
Yeah. So
how many stones do you have to bring that you've doctored?
I thought you had to pick them up off the side.
Well, that's what I thought. Wouldn't they notice like they're pulling them out of their bag, like stone after stone? Because
what you do is you go to the location the night before, you polish up a bunch of rocks, you put them in one certain area,
and then you come back and pick them off the ground.
Mother load.
Wow, these are great ones because this is definitely a one-use sport. This is like you lose your golf ball on every shot.
I've done that
in this game.
Yep, I've done that.
You never get it back.
Man, that is people will really. They'll cut corners in everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
So
imagine wanting to win this so bad that you had to go in.
Well, and the other thing is it's for charity, it says. Like the whole tournament is just for charity.
It's a charity tournament. Oh my God.
So
something Bo would do. My 7-year-old. He 100% would do this.
The event is held annually to raise money for local causes, including several community projects and charities. The organizers added that they will move on to an even greater event next year, despite this year's cheating.
It's fantastic. It's a fantastic story. I'm not surprised.
I got another fantastic story for you here. Elton John is in the news.
Sir Elton
John. Love Elton John. He is in the news. He had a I don't know if it's like a short film or a documentary, but there's like a 30-minute YouTube video where he sits down and he's talking about his life. It's called Elton John Touched by Gold. And when I opened it up this morning, it was posted 1 day ago, so it's brand new. And he had a bit of a revelation here when he talks about some surgery that he underwent last year. He had to go through a double knee replacement last year.
Man.
Which is awful.
That's awful.
And it says here that he had his kneecaps turned into jewelry. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was even possible.
What does a kneecap look like after it's been taken out? The patella.
It's the patella, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bone. It's the bone, right?
Little circle.
On the top there. Is it a circle?
He got double knee replacement surgery and asked his surgeon ahead of time, can I keep my kneecaps?
Darling, could I keep my kneecaps?
And I want to turn them into jewelry.
Huh.
His jewelry designer said in this interview, we baked them.
You what?
He said, we baked them.
Baked his kneecaps.
We had to bake them to dry them out. Then they get raw like pumice stone. They're very porous.
Kind of like heart shape, but without the notch at the top.
Said we had to paint them with acetate and then just polish them up.
And how do you make them jewelry?
It says
bedazzled diamonds on them.
Elton's right kneecap was turned into a gold-plated necklace that looks more like an old Egyptian artifact. It has an engraved phrase in Latin on the back of the kneecap that says, translates to, quote, I will no longer bow to any man, because when you don't have kneecaps,
you can't bow.
It makes it very difficult to bow. His left kneecap was smaller than the right one, so he had that one turned into a gold brooch.
I brought like to pin
Brooch.
on his shirt.
Put it right
Brooch. You guys see this necklace? I got it for Christmas a couple years ago from my kids. It's got their initials on the back. This is actually my foreskin that we baked down and turned into a necklace. So
back in
see.
Who wears brooches anyway? Other than
Old women,
grandmas?
yeah. Oh, and John.
Back in
This is my kneecap
2019,
brooch.
October of 2019, I had emergency gallbladder removal surgery. I was in the hospital for like 3 or 4 days. My girlfriend at the time, Megan, she took such great care of me. I swear to God, when I say that was kind of the catalyst and being like, that's the one.
Sure,
for me.
that's
I'm going
what
to
I'm gonna
propose.
marry.
And my wedding ring is actually my gallbladder.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Made fresh
Isn't
from
that cool?
gallbladder.
Here's a little audio of Elton John explaining everything.
When I had my kneecaps removed, I asked my surgeon if I could keep the kneecaps. Then I rang you and said, if I gave you the left and the right kneecap, to do what you want with them. My surgeon said I had the worst knees he's ever operated on. That hole was actually in my kneecap. And then the other one is a brooch.
It's an incredibly difficult job to get the gold following the shape of something quite as
Unusual?
Unusual, yes. Gold is about the only material you could do that in.
I honestly think these are timeless pieces that will last for centuries.
Yeah.
Indeed. He said, they're yours to do whatever you want with them. How about just throw them away? That's what, Elton, you know what I want to do with them? I want to throw them in the garbage because that's where they belong.
Medical waste is what they call that.
Not around your neck. Wow. Learn something new. Rich people, there's nothing but time and money.
And that's what you do.
Bored. What can I do with my feces now? I mean, it's unbelievable. God. Yeah, Zach says it sounds like Spinal Tap. It really does. Like, is this right? Yes, I made my kneecaps into a brooch and a necklace.
It's truly outstanding.
Are we sure this isn't Spinal Tap too?
Is he taking the piss out of us right now? I feel like he is. He's like, I got these idiots believing that we baked my kneecaps, dipped them in gold. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you, Paulie. Excellent run.
Angelo points out that the two Rindle Report stories are linked because in Crocodile Rock, me and Susie had so much fun holding hands and skimming stones.
Skimming stones. That's right.
Elton John's a big stone skimmer as well, apparently.
Yep.
All right. That was the Rindle Report. We got Casey Stern coming up. At the bottom of the hour, we'll talk more Padres Mets. We have some time. We can also get into a little more football from the weekend, Monday Night Football as well. Haven't talked about any of that. We'll get to all of that coming up after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan. First, though, Woods and I want to remind you, if you want to be a responsible member of your family, if you have kids and you haven't set a guardian for them in case something should happen to you, do you know what happens? Your mom, your brother comes in and says, no, we'll take the kids.
Right.
They can't. The state decides who gets your children if you don't leave that in a will or a trust for your family to have instructions after you're gone.
Let's say you had knee replacement surgery and you have a golden brooch that was formerly your knee and you have 2 kids. You have to figure out which one to leave it to. You can just put it there. Go to trustandwill.com. Use the code radio20. When you check out, they're going to give you 20% off, and you can leave all of your bone brooches and bone necklaces to anybody you want.
But really the most important thing is if you have assets like a house, 401ks, get a trust. Otherwise, your estate goes into probate. It can take months or longer for your family to get access to that money, and it's expensive. Tied up in court, they'll need lawyers. You can let them avoid all of that and have pretty much immediate access to what you want them to have by putting that trust together at trustandwill.com. Takes a very short amount of time, couple of innings of watching a baseball game. Go to trustandwill.com. Use code radio20 at checkout. That's trustandwill.com.
right, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
I will admit, I am a little concerned
about
Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh, well,
they do look legitimately.
They look really good.
Pretty good.
They look really good.
They've yet to play a home game. They're 2-0. They've beaten the Chiefs. They're in first place alone already.
Thought about it yesterday after the win against the Chiefs. I was like, I don't go to 2-0 today because I don't want to hear, is this Justin Herbert is that dude? And I'm like, have you guys ever watched this team?
He is though.
They'll charge her at some point. I'm hoping, I'm counting on it. Somewhere
that dude.
Even in the playoffs, some big
charge
ring.
So I'm the grudge holder on the show. Huh? I'm the big grudge holder for my SDSU, but not you. Not you.
No, Ben gets a pass.
Ben, he always gets a pass, Paulie.
I do hold a grudge.
Yeah, you are a grudge holder.
It's funny. I was thinking the other day. I really shouldn't. The Chargers leaving may have been the best thing that ever happened to me. Turn this into a baseball town. We love baseball. We're a baseball show.
Yeah.
We've taken more advantage of the Chargers leaving than probably any three other people in San Diego. I'm still mad, though, for all the Chargers fans who lost something that they loved dearly.
Sure, and some of them stayed, and
some
they're
of them
happy.
stayed, but a lot of them couldn't, and I totally understand that. And I just feel bad for everybody that lost something.
I've had two teams relocate on me in my life, in my short 35 years. My Sonics left, and then I moved down here, became a Charger fan. A couple of years later, they left. I've gotten over, for the most part, like the serious animosity. It's nothing's going to change. I'm over it. But I do get sad, almost like still bummed out that when you watch Red Zone, whether it's Sunday Night Football. Really good Monday night game last night between the Bucks and
what a game.
and the Texans. And I'm just going, every game it feels like comes down to the wire. It's great theater, and I'm like, we don't have that anymore, and that sucks.
That sucks. I'll tell you what, I'm a Tony Jefferson fan. Why? Because that dude tweets about the Padres all day long. All day long. He loves the Padres. I was like, all right, I'm in on you. And I like Justin Herbert. You can't not like him and his girlfriend. What does she do, Madison Beer? Is she a model?
She's hot.
Actress?
Influencer? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
He's feeling it right now. Playing really well.
Other game was good, though.
Other game was how do you not like Baker Mayfield, dude?
Mayfield.
How do you not like that guy? He's all heart. Literally all heart. Willed them to a victory last night. Literally willed them. So good. I like the Bucks a lot. I do. I love Mike Evans. I love Baker Mayfield. So stoked for them. That was such a game. Sorry for our beloved ex assistant producer Hammer. He's a huge Texans fan. If you guys remember the Hammer, he probably didn't make it through last night. He probably called in sick to work today.
They did the same thing to Tampa though. The last time they played, they won the last seconds with a touchdown. So a little turnabout for the Tampa Bay Bucks.
It was a great finish, man. Yeah. All right, there's your football talk.
All right, if you missed it earlier this morning, I was vindicated on yesterday's conversation when I called out Pat Murphy for what I thought was an obviously fake letter from Bob Uecker, using the logic that dead people can't write new letters. And that was clearly a new letter written by someone who passed away in January. Yet the Brewers passed it off as like a letter from Bob Uecker. And so many people thought that Bob had written something before he passed to save for a special moment. But I said, that doesn't make any sense.
He knew their record.
It just didn't make any sense.
It's magic.
Wasn't magic. And then the Brewers admitted yesterday, all right, it wasn't really a letter from Bob Uecker.
Pat Murphy wrote the letter, guys.
It was still, I still say it was weird that the official team account put it out there and not even like in the follow-up comments or anywhere a part of it did they say like, clearly this is a bit, this is a joke, nothing. It had to come out hours later from one of the beat writers doing some investigative work.
Yeah. KG says, you're still a psychopath. And you were right, but it doesn't change that.
Fair enough. Fair enough, KG.
You are still a psychopath. Yeah. And then, obviously, Adam Klug, our boss, he gets excitable this time of year and kind of let out his letter that he had written to us in case anything happens to him. And this is what it sounds like.
Hey, guys. I just got up here. If you're reading this, it looks like the dragon slayed me. Again. By the way, this letter is brought to you by Baja Rick's Cantina and the Gas Lamp. Up here, nobody complains about doing round tables. And I'm 6 feet tall. With a full head of hair. Finally. Took dying to get there. And guess what? There's not a Dodger fan in sight up here.
Not one.
Not one. No FM DJs either.
Whoa, Adam.
Just all sports. All the time. Did you know that timeshares are free up here? You don't even have to sit through a meeting. I asked the big man if he could deliver a Padres World Series, but he said I used all my requests up on the Atlanta Hawks, so
thanks.
Sorry about it. Keep playing for each other. Don't let Ben's need to always be right stand in your way. Stay creative down there. I didn't fake die just to hear 3 segments on your disdain for bunting. Stop whining about early mornings. Up here, there's eternal daylight, and nobody cares. Remember, boys, ratings don't matter up here. It's kind of like the old days at 97.3 The Machine, but they still matter for you. Stay hot. Stay humble. And don't forget to enjoy the ride. Because you never know when the dragon's coming back around.
It's true.
Adam.
The sigh. Are what gets me. So he does it too.
Oh, he's alive.
He's alive.
He's
in the chat.
He's alive.
He will do it to you on the phone. He'll say, "Do you think you can make this?" I don't think I can make it. Okay. He cannot hide his disappointment.
Hey, what do you think about this? I don't want to do it.
I don't want to. Okay. He had like 40 sighs in that. It's so good. Oh, what a legend he is.
All right, we've got our friend Casey Stern, Unfiltered Podcast. We'll talk a little Mets as the Padres get ready to open their 3-game series later this afternoon. Coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Good week to go down to 7 Mile Casino, though. Games, you can go at night. Games end early. Got an early game on Thursday. You can watch the games when you're there. There's TVs all over San Diego's best card room. It's 7 Mile Casino, just right off the 5 freeway in Chula Vista.
Hit me. 7 Mile is excellent. It's excellent. You feel like you can see it from here, Benny. It's just 7 minutes from downtown. They got great food, friendly dealers. They got Pai Gow, Texas Hold'em, Baccarat, and my beloved California-style blackjack.
No long drive required. There are other card rooms in town. They're fine, but you usually have to drive about 45 minutes, and then you got to navigate a big parking garage and walk through a bunch of slot machines and
Simple
smoke
here.
to get in. Very easy. You hop on the 5 freeway, get off at E. That's Bay Boulevard. If you stay on the west side of the freeway, you're pulling in after one signal, right past the Rambler Motel. You're at 7 Mile Casino playing cards in our favorite place. Make it yours, 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
right, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
I do fear that this segment that we're going to do with Casey Stern is going to bring some PTSD up for Padres fans. 2021, 2023 with Juan Soto, like a team that is not living up to what everyone thought it should be.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, we've lived through this in San Diego. The Mets are going through it now. We don't know how it's going to turn out, though. And we'll ask Casey Stern about it. He's standing by. We'll get to him right after our last check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by the Del Mar San Diego Pet and Reptile Expo. Well, guys, we have a number of things wrapping up our morning drive. One of them is this collision on westbound 8 right at the northbound 15 connector ramp. A couple vehicles involved. It's mostly in the center divide. Watch out for a stalled vehicle eastbound 8 right at the north 163 connector. It's over the right shoulder. You're on a blind curve, though, so you want to take it extra carefully there. Also, westbound King Freeway, just before the 125 accident involving a couple vehicles, does not appear to be blocking any lanes. Northbound 125, just past the King Freeway, 3-vehicle accident. And tow truck helping to clear crash in El Cajon, West 8 at West Main Street. Everything's over to the right shoulder. Don't miss the Pet and Reptile Expo, September 20th and 21st at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Adopt dogs and cats, shop pet gear, discover snakes and geckos, build a terrarium, see a live animal show, fun for the whole family. Get tickets at cvreptileexpo.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And we're joined right now, host of the Unfiltered podcast, good sports guy, but always known for us as our Mets guy when the Padres taking on the Mets. Casey Stern is back with us here on 97.3 The Fan. Casey, it's good to talk to you. Good to see you again.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing today?
Good, man. It's been so long. How's everything going?
Everything is going. You asked you. I was listening to you guys before the traffic report talking about you're not sure how this is going to turn out for the Mets. I can tell you how it's going to turn out. A lot of Bills with better help, because that's basically what it's been like. You know, I'm used to it. I'm also a Giants fan on the football field. So I just dealt with, putting 37 points up on the Cowboys and still leaving losing. So, really, everything else in life is easy. Sports for me are not really the escape. I need to escape from sports. Oh, it's good to be here with you guys.
That's a really good point. Yeah, that's not it. We have all stopped using sports as an escape. It's not. It's actually a job. It's our job, but it actually feels like a job for people that don't even cover
you used to come home from your job. You're like, I'm going to grab a beer, kick back on the couch, and watch a nice, relaxing baseball game. Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore, Case. So here's the thing about the Mets. When obviously, you go out and sign Juan Soto. We know Juan Soto very well. You get Juan Soto. I looked at him at the beginning and I was like, I'm not sold. Well, then I felt like a big buffoon because they started rolling and they're beating everybody. And I go, I feel like an idiot. Turns out they do have enough pitching. And now this, this collapse from the New York Mets has been pretty nuts. Now, you're fighting for your lives. You're hanging on by a fingernail right now. I don't know, man. It makes me, as a Padres fan, kind of scared to go into Queens tonight.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of things. One, they got saved last year by an Alonso home run in that Game 3 against the Brewers. Devin Williams, who has since given up home runs to everybody else in the league since. Saved by Alonso with this home run that he just hit, because otherwise they got a 9-game losing streak with the day off heading into this series against San Diego. So I think that the Mets will be in a better headspace, at least coming into this series. But I covered this team on a daily basis in 2007. I was there when they collapsed, 7-game lead on the 12th of September, 17 games left. This is not as bad as that, because this team is not nearly as good as that team was. That team was coming off an appearance really where in an LCS, they were better than the LCS team that the Mets were a year ago. Let's not forget, nobody expected the Mets to do anything halfway through last season. But to your point, they were the best team in baseball until June 13th. But there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. I mean, when you come in and, God bless them, but you're relying on Sean Manaea to go be your hero, Frankie Montas coming in. Remember, Griffin Canning was a part of this pitching staff before he got hurt. They never had enough rotation, and that has begun to hurt them. And it's made the bullpen look worse because, as you guys know, and everybody listening who watches baseball, the longer during a season you tax that bullpen, having to come in the 4th, 5th inning all the time, eventually all those ERAs are going to go up, and that's what happened to their pen as well as the seasons wore on.
The lineup, though, is dangerous.
It's so dangerous.
I mean,
Yeah.
Soto,
Very
Alonso, Lindor, Nimmo's having a good season. Beatty's, McNeil. I mean, Juan Soto, we had the experience with Juan Soto. He had a great year in San Diego, but he drove some of our fans crazy with the way he had it. How much of that have Mets fans been experiencing? 40 home runs, 5-7 WAR. I mean, 139 hits. But you hear the complaints as well. What's going on there in New York with Juan Soto?
Couple of things. When you make that kind of money and you have that kind of fanfare in any sport, all fans are going to hate, because that's just what it is. I mean, it always is that way. So you got to take a lot of that with a grain of salt. A little bit, guys, over the first half of the year where, when they're not doing well or he's not doing well, it's, he looks like he doesn't care, because he is nonchalant sometimes. And he's not going to, jolt down to first. Brandon Nimmo runs to first when he gets walked. Juan Soto is not going to do that when he grounds out to short, right? So it is what it is. But let's also say what is. He's having the best year of his career. Yes. When you look at Juan Soto, all you got to do is ask yourself, how many guys have ever hit 40 home runs, stolen over 30 bases, and walked over 110 times? It's happened 3 times. Barry Bonds twice in 97 and 98, and Juan Soto this year, who's going to eclipse his home run total of last year, which was his career high of 41. And really what he's done has been remarkable. And to be fair, over the last 6 to 8 weeks, by far, he's been the best player on the team, and that's why he's in the good graces of Met fans, because if he was the reason for this collapse, it would be a big problem. But actually, Lindor and others have slumped while Soto has continued to play well.
And it's weird talking to Casey Stern here on Ben and Woods. It's weird too, because you have an owner that wants desperately to win. We had that here in San Diego before he passed away, and we still feel that from management that they want to win, but nobody wanted to win like Peter Seidler, except maybe Steve Cohen. He's very bound and determined to win. They went out, they made moves at the deadline. You got Ryan Helsley, and Ryan Helsley comes over there. He looked unhittable in St. Louis. He gets to New York and can't pitch very well anymore. It is just sometimes the hand you're dealt, Case.
I used to say in the 80s and 88, they used to have on Shea Stadium, it said catch the fever. And I used to joke on the air for years that the fever is what you get when you become a Met. Because, Kevin Mitchell goes to San Francisco, hits 50 home runs. Yeah. Kevin McReynolds comes in. You see what happens. Robbie Alomar, one of the greatest players ever, comes to the Mets, can't hit, spitting on umpire, everything going the opposite direction. It was terrible. It's the fever. Carlos Baerga, list goes on. Ryan Helsley was a guy looking at free agency, about to make a ton of money, led the league in saves last year, was brilliant this year. I got to set up Diaz, no pressure. I'm not even the closer. I'm about to make a bag. Well, now he's got a bag over his head when he sits there and heads into the stadium at City, because he's hiding. His ERA it's like infinity since he's gotten there, and he has no confidence. Their bullpen right now is an issue. And while Tyler Rogers has pitched well, Rayleigh's been okay, you now got Edwin Diaz, who I think you'll see, Padre fans will see in this series, in an 8th inning, because they need wins, trying to just close out any games that they can. Yeah. Right now, Carlos Mendoza can't trust his pen. We're going to see if Sean Manaea can help that a little bit, but I'm not sure whether or not that's an answer.
Casey, nothing scares a Padres fan like a struggling starting pitcher on the other side.
Terrifying.
And seems like they're going to face a bunch of them in this series, including 2 of them today, according to Carlos Mendoza, with Clay Holmes and Sean Manaea, who always owns against the Padres. He got a negative .4 WAR this year. What are you kind of seeing from this Mets starting pitching staff right now?
Holmes has been good through 5 innings, pretty much most of the starts. Manaea, his problem has been second time through the order. Now, maybe it's because of the injury and he needed more time to come back, but he's been brilliant the first couple of innings. It's why they're thinking they could use him in the middle. We'll see if that works. The kid you're going to see at the end of the series, Jonah Tong, electric stuff, was the best pitcher in the minor leagues, bar none. It's not even a question in all of baseball this year. 173 strikeouts and 119 innings. Guy was brilliant. He's coming off a 2/3 of an inning, giving up 6 runs. Welcome to the big leagues moment, but his stuff is very good. And in the middle, you'll get David Peterson, who was an all-star, has had a very good year, but has slumped a bit in the second half. Padre fans should be happy, though, because you won't get Nolan McClain. And I will tell you, he's the best pitcher to pitch for the Mets since DeGrom was in this uniform for the first time. He's better than even – if you remember what Matt Harvey was when he first came in, this kid's got better stuff, more pitches. The velocity is one thing. The movement is just stupid. And he's the only pitcher in the history of baseball through 6 starts of his career with an ERA under 1.3 and more than 40 strikeouts. He's got a 1.19. So the Padre fan is at least happy that they're getting the struggling pitchers and not getting McClain, who has been a stud thus far.
Well, the Met fan will be happy that we will like to give outs away several times a game, 3 to 4 times a game. We will drop a sacrifice bunt down on you. And you want to talk about the fever. That's what I called it. The Padres have the bunt fever, the bunt flu, actually.
Just no, runner gets on.
Runner gets on. You tell whoever's playing third for you, Beatty, Vientos, whoever it is now.
Okay.
You better be ready. You better be ready because it's coming. Bro, thank you so much for your time. So good to talk to you again. We have to do it again soon.
Boys, anytime. Be well, okay?
Thank you, Case.
Casey Stern, Unfiltered Podcast. I love talking Mets with that guy. Always a lot of fun. Was an MLB radio host back in the day as well. A lot of people miss him. A lot of Casey Stern fans.
He's great.
Out there. As always, all of our sports talk here on The Fan is presented by Paramount Plus. Sylvester Stallone is back in the original hit series Tulsa King. This season, Dwight faces his most dangerous adversaries yet, forcing him to fight for everything he's built to protect his empire. Stream the new season of Tulsa King on Sunday, September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Are you a Tulsa King guy?
I have not started. I did start the studio
so good
yesterday after we were talking Emmys and watched the first episode. I did enjoy that with Seth Rogen.
Yeah, I tried Tulsa King. It's a bit unbelievable, but
you like Landman though. That's the
no.
Oh, I thought you did like that.
No, I
one.
did not. Like
you didn't like that one.
No.
I've heard nothing but good things from everybody else.
And the thing, I love Billy Bob.
Yeah.
But the Taylor Sheridan, you've seen one, you've seen them all, I feel like, at this point. You kind of know the pithy dialogue that's going to come after you've seen Yellowstone. You're like,
never get enough pithy dialogue.
No, it's not really pithy, actually. It's pretty predictable.
But I'm kind of an Aaron Sorkin, West Wing kind of guy.
Yes,
so
you are.
like
very erudite. Yes, you are. Very much. Tulsa King is pretty good. But it loses me.
With Sylvester
That's
Stallone.
Not their fault. It's my fault.
Sly gives pithy dialogue.
Yeah.
That's what he's known for in his
you
career.
Knocked him down. Why don't you try knocking me down? Old Sly. Yeah, it's all right. It's pretty good. I only watched like 5 episodes of the first season. And Foster was also texting me about every 15 minutes. Hey, did you see the new Tulsa King? I'm like, bro, now you're making it to where I don't want to watch. So stop. Hillbilly. That's it for me. I'm done.
Are you done?
Yeah,
All right. Well, we got Padres baseball for you at 4:10. Not quite. 4:10 today, 3:10. Sammy returns from his day off with the Ecowater SoCal pregame show. Early baseball. It's not good for you usually, but you've got so many sports activities now.
Yeah, the early games I usually really enjoy, but 4:10 start today. It gets me out of having to go watch soccer practice, so I'm good with that.
It also gets us out of a roundtable on Thursday. With the 10:10 start and a 9:10. We actually have a short show on Thursday.
Not quite. Did you guys check your email?
I did.
I'm not buying it.
I didn't fall for it.
We got an email from our boss, Adam.
He's trying to do bits. And
go ahead and read it.
Funny.
Yeah, it was just to the 3 of us, which I think is a little bit interesting. No Crisello, Scraby. Said, good morning, guys. With the early 9:10 pregame on Thursday, we won't be able to do our weekly roundtable. Roundtable Pizza has reached out about us missing that show and would really like for us to do a show this week during such a crucial time of the year. Due to their partnership, amount of money they spend. I've told them we'll make good and we'll do a roundtable tomorrow,
Totally.
Wednesday, since we can't do it on Thursday. Thanks to all of you for your participation.
Yeah. All right.
I immediately replied, ha ha, good one.
Yeah, Adam, this is a Bill Roundtable here from Roundtable Pizza. I'm demanding another roundtable this week. As though they didn't already have the schedule for the whole season out before the beginning of the year when they laid down how many roundtables there were going to be on Thursdays throughout the year.
My guy trying to do bits. All right.
So leave the bits to us.
Leave the bits to us. If you're going to do it, you have to send it to the whole staff. All right. Number one, send it to the whole staff. Get everybody up in arms. Once we start this to us, we're like, come on.
Nice try.
When I don't see a CC to Tony Gwynn Jr.,
we're good.
It doesn't feel real to me.
We got the piggyback for the Mets. Michael the King on the bump tonight.
Michael the King against Clay Holmes and Sean Manaea, trying to keep them from seeing the second/third time through the orders, as Casey Stern just told us. So maybe that strategy works. Maybe it backfires on the New York Mets. We will find out this afternoon.
Yes, sir. And pretty important games here.
Yeah, we will back tomorrow at 6 a.m. to break it all down. See how the Dodgers do against
Phillies.
The Phillies. Slightly hungover Phillies, but hey, maybe they'll play loose, having clinched the NL East last
They're
night.
from Philly. They can play hungover.
And they have Christopher Sanchez on the mound, which is never a bad thing. So who knows? Maybe the Padres game back tomorrow. Maybe 3 back. We'll find out. For Paulie Rindable, our executive producer, Stephen Woods. I'm Ben Higgins. Braden's coming up next. Don't go anywhere. San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.